Hello, and welcome to another nifty D stream. As you can probably guess by the surroundings and the players, we're jumping into Pirates of Kal'Himaar today, session 15. How about that? Fucking hell.
Doesn't feel like 15 sessions.
Yeah, no,
That's
right.
Time flies. 3 years.
I'm Dan. As always, I'll be the DM for this here campaign. We'll get into a bit of a recap in just a moment. We'll do some introductions. You may have to bear with us a little bit today, as some of us have just come back from a weekend-long beach trip, and
Most of us, in fact.
aching, to say the least.
Aching.
But yeah, we'll do some intros, and then we'll tell you what's been going on in this bloody pirate world. How about that? Eh? So we'll start off our intros as always with the wonderful man to my left.
Hello, I'm Callum. I'm going to be playing Scythish Jin Zarameth. He is a Triton Druid, Circle of the Moon. Doesn't know what's going on most of the time. I like to think that this is the most into a character I've ever become, because I never know what the fuck's going on either. Today we are sponsored by this shirt, because I can undo some of the buttons below the table, so that I am cooler in this room that will eventually become an oven for myself and Elliot.
Yep. No Nips on Twitch. Hello, my name's Annie. I'm afflicted with hay fever and I had a fun time camping. I'm going to be playing Nemira. I always have to check her name just in case. She may have done, honestly. She's that kind of a person. She's a human warlock and she's quite scary, honestly.
Yeah. Good evening. You know what time it is. It is roughly 10 to 7. I didn't have enough time to think of a good intro. I am Tom.
And yet,
here we are. And I'm playing Mostella, the child.
Hey guys, I'm back to the internet for fun ways to introduce yourself. Number 2 on the list. Start with a pop culture reference.
No.
Relate your name back to a character or figure everyone knows. And the example they give is, hey, my name's Ross, you know, like the guy from Friends.
Oh, God.
So, hi, my name's Cain, you know, like the guy who kills his brother in the Bible.
The Bible is my favourite pop
Up
culture.
until you said the Bible, I genuinely thought you were going to say WWE.
Yeah, same.
That's also one.
I
That's
thought you were
where
going to
they
say
got it.
Kane from Citizen Kane. Is that
That's where the
thing?
Bible
I've
got
not
it
seen
from.
Citizen
Yeah.
Kane. He's pretty good.
I'll be playing River Kiss Row, Tobacco Paladin, you know.
If someone opened with "Hi, I'm Ross," like the guy from Friends, I'd be like, "Okay, bye, Ross." Fucking pivot.
I was about to say I'm about to pivot my way out of that situation.
Cool. Hello, I'm Jamie. Don't fear me, fear for me. And I'm playing Fawaro. He is captain of the ship. He
Don't make
is,
me laugh.
he's Narracock Rogue, and he's pretty cool. He's got a gun.
That's my favourite one you've done in a while.
Yeah.
I'm going to go cool.
Hey, it's me, it's Elliot. I am playing Garvin Serious Uitvar, the Goliath Barbarian, who everyone hates to love or loves to hate. Probably neither.
It is one or the other and no other extreme.
Yeah, bit of a bastard, and Fuaro's bodyguard, as well as the quartermaster aboard the ship.
Amazing. So, before we get into the recap, I'd just like to remind you that you can see down below on the slideshow, down that,
Right now.
that way somewhere, there are some donations incentive. For £3 you can give one of the players or myself, the DM, advantage on a roll, or one of the players disadvantage on a roll, and for a meagre £5 you can give one of them a natural 20, or myself a natural 20, or you can give one of these fine folks a natural 1 for me to call in at any time.
And if you want to fight one of us, just pay the train fare.
No, don't do that. Take you on.
God, Robertson's been riled. Fucking hell.
They have to fight all of us in turn.
So, the pirate crew of the HMS Swag ship, after gathering a ship, picking up a crew of scallywags in Tortuga, and then getting some information by one of their new crew members by the name of Asher Combrook, went and plundered their very first ship, did a little bit of pirating, and it went very successfully. Very in your guys' favour, was a pretty good fell swoop of cannon fire and intimidation tactics, making the other ship surrender and making off with their big hoard of drugs. You guys then sailed north onto the kind of temporary town or tent town of Nargan, a place known for its mercenaries, guns for hire, sellswords and the like, coming in all shapes and sizes. You had a chat with quite a few of the groups, all of them varying massively in styles, motives, as well as price.
Hygiene.
Managed and hygiene. That's the main one.
So,
Yeah.
Managed to speak to a couple of kind of lone people. Garv hired a squire to load his gun and be his walking armory.
yeah, I forgot about that.
And Scythus and Fuaro managed to have a chat with
Lady Gale.
Gale Darien, yes, Battlemaster Gale, who is the leader and kind of runs this small town, where Scythus got some rather potent information on a certain weapon that she wields.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. he did.
You meant like
With that,
10,
and before that as well, Nem and River went to the Sky Circle clan with their good old pal Iklal and found out that, well, I don't think you've told the party yet, but
I haven't.
that he may need a bit of an exorcism. How about that, eh? As you guys kind of reconvened, you saw a crowd was gathering near the waterfront as you saw two members of the very prestigious Blackguard kind of almost squaring off for a honourable duel, and you can see everyone kind of gathered around, kind of eagerly awaiting, and that's where we jump back in. So, the sun is just about setting. There's this kind of dapple, kind of purplish to orange to yellow kind of light going across the sky as the sun is kind of setting out in the port. You see as this crowd is gathered and people are kind of like whispering and like talking to each other kind of excitedly. As you see in this 40-foot kind of round clearing, stood opposite each other are these two gentlemen. On one side you see this rather athletic build but not kind of bulging with muscle, this very fine and refined body of a orcish man dressed in simple robes, wielding this rather large, beautiful glaive, kind of made out of metal with various gold filigree and detail, kind of winding its way up the haft and onto the blade, and it looks as sharp as a razor. You see a band kind of tied around his eyes, as anyone who knows of the Blackguard knows that this gentleman is in fact blind, and is one of the founding members as well. You see him kind of stood there, kind of leg up, cocked, kind of glaive balancing across his shoulder, hand up, kind of almost in a meditative sort of stance. Opposite him, you see a hulking, red-scaled figure of this dragonborn, bare-chested, rippling muscles, covered in battle scars, with this large axe, this great axe, hewn from one piece of solid stone. You see his ancestor looming over him, this kind of ethereal, bluish, kind of red mixture of this angry, bulging, muscled dragonborn from eons past, just kind of protectively encompassing him. You see as the Dragonborn kind of looks forward towards you.
Galdrosh, you sure you can take me this time?
Galdrosh, the other gentleman, just stays quiet.
Zovil.
You are too bold. I can always smell you on the wind and hear your barbaric footsteps. This will be a quick lesson. You see as the barbarian kind of claws down his front, drawing 3 lines and 3 new scars as blood trickles down him as he enters into a rage. You see as before an instant can pass, he launches this axe two-handed head over his head, and it you see as it heads towards Galdrosh and he just stays perfectly still, and at the last moment just and it lands in front of him. It lands kind of like buried into the dirt beside him. He kind of cocks his head towards Zorville, who kind of now has this kind of pissed off look on his face. And goes, now you are weaponless. When will you learn? And you see as quicker than the axe was thrown, he moves and is instantly 40 feet towards Zorville. You see as he brings the glaive around in these 2 arcs, kind of Zorville dodging back and narrowly missing the first one, but the second one kind of catching him down across the eye, and a spray of blood just down across the ground. You see as he snarls, his teeth kind of come bare and dig into his own gums. He kind of raises out his hand with the axe being behind Zorville, and you see as the axe and begins coming head over head, kind of back towards him. You see as Galdrosh kind of hears this, and then at the last moment, backflips over it, lands in front of Zorville, and as he kind of catches the axe, you see as Galdrosh brings the haft of the glaive around and kind of takes his feet out from under him as he slams down onto the ground. Galdrosh again brings the glaive up, goes down for a plunging attack towards the shoulder of the Dragonborn, but before he can move, his leg is grabbed and he rakes it out. And you see as they begin essentially fighting without grace and wrestling across the floor. There's a blur of red and green as they go head over heel and just begin rolling in the mud. You hear as people in the crowd, go on Galdrosh, kick his face in! And people just kind of clapping drinks being spilled, shouts being had.
How far away are we from this?
You can be as close as you want. There's kind of like a crowd kind of gathered around of maybe about 40, 50 people.
I'm gonna try
10 gold in the Barbarian.
30 feet, just watching what's going
I'll
on.
take that
If
bet.
I can be at the front, I want to be.
You could certainly get to the front if you want to be.
Yeah, I'll fucking push him that way.
I'll be up in the air, sort of like watching from above,
Cool.
taking pot shots.
I'm pushing people out of the way to get the front.
Oh, it's very easy for you to get to the front.
If anyone is like not moving,
You don't even need to be at the front. You can see.
I don't
Like,
know.
Can I like?
reference,
Can I
I'm
go
not taking
behind
my eyes
Garth,
off
just
the
like
blind
trying to?
Cool.
You know when you're going. You know when you're going through a crowd and there's
Yeah.
someone in front of you that you're just following. Like
Yeah.
these guys are doing it. Can I do that with Garth?
Yeah, of course,
please?
guys. Yeah, you can all quite easily get to whatever position you want in the crowd, really. You see as they stop kind of rolling and Galdrosh kind of pushes his hands against the ground, kind of flips back up, lands gracefully on his feet, kind of glaive over to one side. You see as Zorville kind of stands back up again, puts his hand out and the axe lands in his grasp, kind of almost like cutting his hand as it does, being it's made from this kind of raw stone. You see as he runs up towards Galdrosh, does these two big swings, and you see as the ancestor around him mimics his moves, although he doesn't have a weapon in hand. It kind of goes kind of clawing almost with the same motions as his bloodline in front of him. You see as Galdrosh kind of very easily just dodges back, dodges to the side, gets in behind Zorville, kind of like gives him a love tap on the back of the head with his elbow, and then just as he kind of brings the axe back around, just steps back again, still not a cut on this blind orc gentleman. As he kind of backs up towards where his glaive is, you can see it's kind of down by his feet to the side, and you can see as they're stood at opposite sides, kind of almost locked in eye contact. It's as if Galdrosh knows where Zorville is looking. Zorville kind of... You see him catch his breath and break into a sprint straight towards Galdrosh. You see as he brings the axe up, his hand goes to his belt and grabs a hand axe that's there, throws it out towards him as that digs into the side of Galdrosh's thigh. You see as he kind of like, his knee buckles for a moment, and his head goes down, and you see as the axe is brought up and flipped around to the blunt side. As he goes to bring it down, you see as time slows down almost, and it looks like this is it for the blind monk. You see as he takes a breath, and in a quick motion, his glaive is kicked up from behind him, caught, parries the axe down, slams it into the ground, smashes Zorville on the back of the head. He goes skidding a couple of feet across the ground, getting mud and dust all up the side of his face into his open wounds, and the blade is placed gently underneath his throat. Yield. And Zorville, you see as the ancestor kind of fades away.
Fine. The tab is mine tonight.
Goes up. You see as they kind of go into a Beastmaster handshake, they kind of like hug a little bit, and they kind of pat each other on the back. You see as Zorville kind of, instead of calling the axe, walks over and kind of picks it up off the ground, brings it over. They kind of go arm in arm, kind of again, kind of tapping each other.
Good fight. Good fight. Almost had you there.
Yes, almost. You see as they walk over to how many other figures? 3, I believe. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they walk up to 3 other figures that were kind of stood away from the crowd, just kind of relaxing back. You see as they walk over and begin conversing from them, and you see as you kind of pick out the details of them, this is the rest of the Black Guard.
I'm walking over.
They
I'm walking over too.
they're kind of talking, kind of pushing through the crowd, kind of getting there. You see people kind of like talking about the how quick yet brutal the fight was, and how Zorville nearly had it if only Galdrosh hadn't used some kind of magic or his legendary glaive to get the upper hand. As you go over, you see they're just kind of like chatting amongst themselves. As you get about 20 feet away, you see as Galdrosh kind of, his ear goes round. Can I help you? You see he brings his glaive and kind of rests it on his shoulder.
Oh, I forgot I was going to say something.
We'd just like to congratulate you on a wonderful fight. That was quite a performance.
It was
Beautiful skills on both your parts.
Thank you. It was a quick spar, but we do enjoy it.
Enjoyable
Glad we could
nonetheless.
put on a show.
Hmm.
See as Zorville.
Yes, every now and again, we don't mind an audience. You looking to hire?
Kind of in the market,
Yeah.
but I was actually just coming over to ask about your ex.
Oh, yes.
Kind of pulls it from the ground. So he's put it down next to him.
Beautiful piece. New, in fact.
Oh right. Where did you get it from? If you don't mind my asking.
Deep in a cavern within the Ridgeback Mountains.
Oh right. So you didn't buy it or anything.
No, found in a crypt. To kill an undead knight, big bastard for it. Ripped his head clean off. It was good fun.
Oh, right.
It's quite nice.
I like the it comes back to your hand.
Yes, good heavy bastard, but does the job.
So are you guys grave diggers too?
You see as Gal Josh, because these two seem to maybe be front of the conversations, the other three are kind of like stood behind talking amongst themselves.
Not grave diggers, no, we were in the area, so to speak.
Right.
On
I get
on
you.
work.
Kind of like what we do.
Oh, alright, sir. I actually had a question. You can't see, can you?
Not with my eyes.
See, that's kind of what I wanted to ask. How far out can you see without your eyes? That's a weird thing to
Well-
say, but I assume you get what I mean.
You see,
Well, not too far, but I could tell you that you are
He's a clever guy.
a triton likely from reef. I can smell the salt water on your skin. Seems you like to swim.
Very good.
I'd say you have a pet of some kind, possibly a cat or a monkey.
I have been in close contact with a cat and a monkey.
There we go. As for you, I can tell by the shadow that's being cast from you, you're likely a Goliath, larger gentleman.
Dead wrong.
He is actually a halfling like me.
That answers that other question.
Oh,
But yes, I can get a good sense of my surroundings. A life without eyes, you learn.
What happened to them?
Got out when I was young.
No, right, that's pretty savage.
Yes.
that's horrible.
Lost a fight. That's what happened. Haven't lost one since.
I mean, that's kind of what I was going to ask, was how
Pretty
you
good record.
develop learning, because I can do everything up to about 5 feet away, and then it's all complete blindness. But until then, I'm fine.
Are you familiar with Brackenham?
Am I familiar with Bracken?
you would certainly know of it. It's one of the small towns that are nearer to Reef. They're typically quite a hardy town
Oh,
that
it's down
deal
there.
a lot.
Oh, no, it's still
deal a lot in timber. And they're known for having
Sending
quite
a
strong
map, Jamie.
people, and they are used as a stopping off point for repairs or supplies before people try to cross the forbidden. What's it? Can't remember my name. Sea before them. That's it. There we go.
Yeah.
Yes, I am
That.
aware.
Well,
Timber, strong men.
my clan was originally from near there. When they were wiped out in the attack, I took it upon myself to train 12 hours a day until I could fight suitably. I then went to their fighting ring and honed my skills for a further 6 years, training 12 hours a day and then fighting in the pits in the evening.
That puts my 15 hours of practice with a quarterstaff as an octopus into quite good perspective.
Trust me, it's a lot harder to learn to fight blind than you might think, but practice makes perfect with anything, I'm sure.
I'm getting there. It's an honour to meet you, sir. My name's Syeth.
Scythus, it's nice to meet a fan.
Must be alright if you're fighting someone that's invisible, though.
Never seen an invisible person. so-
That's exactly my point.
Well, that was all. We've got a table to get to. Thank you very much for
Good
the
day.
Enjoy
kind
your
words.
evening.
Fine.
Fine to you all.
Margot, Captain.
Nice to meet you.
You see as they kind of return to the other three, this this kind of soft-furred
least
tabaxi
cool he's
character
been around anyone
seems to be
since
of some
Twilight.
kind of jungle cat of some kind, maybe a mix of two breeds, you're not too sure, kind of orangish kind of and has these very clear kind of two sets of manacles on each arm that are broken with these chains kind of hanging down. You can see kind of flintlocks kind of holstered quite provocatively towards her belt, and a very large, beautiful rifle slung across her back as well. You see stood next to her is this rather tall, around 6'5" figure, made completely of metal, or at least a metal skeletal frame. Kind of this one kind of metal staff in one hand. It looks like it's been made of the same material that this being is made from. And you see as they go to talk, their face just kind of lights up a little bit rather than any actual moving parts. And then the last one, you see pretty much no details of them, as you see the eyes, and apart from that, they are covered head to toe in various black leathers, wraps, various swathes of cloth. Not an inch or centimetre or millimetre of skin is visible on this person. You have no idea what they are, but you can assume that this is the last member of Niz's, who is known for being unseen when they want to be.
That's cool. That's really cool.
And then you see as they kind of walk off and begin walking up towards Gale's house.
Oh,
That
my
was
God,
fun.
that was awesome.
It's good fun.
That was pretty cool.
Very impressive.
Right, so,
What are we doing?
what time is it?
It's evening, so at sunset, so I'd say it's about get to 8:30ish.
Got
Point.
drinks.
What else is there to do with D&D of an evening?
Is there any
Drink or
way
slay
to
shit,
tell
and
them
there's
to
no
send
shit
a
to
letter?
slay.
And secondly, can I send a letter to Reef?
I'd be up for slaying.
I think you wouldn't be able to send a letter.
I'd be able to
something,
decide
no,
what
you'd- You probably need to do more.
Yeah, I mean, we could just like,
Yeah.
we could just
stuff,
massacre.
but yeah,
like
it's
that.
The
Yes,
plot
I think
that
there's
we
a
go
link
into.
down on the
the
message.
fucking-
the
Oh, the cult.
no, the
How do they
yeah, the
send
moon boy.
letters in Reef?
Why would that be necessary? It'd be so easy.
We
Exactly.
I
don't.
wouldn't get anything.
Magic.
It's a message in a bottle that floats to the surface, and there's a pigeon waiting for it that picks the bottle up and takes the letter out.
Like hundreds of them, so they're really out
It's
of the
literally a message in a bottle.
How many sort of bad moon boys were there?
Kill the
We're
moon
not
boys?
getting a moon boy.
I'm just curious now.
Yeah,
I don't want to get
Should
He
we
them.
just wants
slaying
to
them for
fight
XP?
them. He wants to slay them for XP.
Oh, for
but
XP.
A, they're goblins, so we could take them out very easily. And B, they don't have anything, so we have no reason to do it
They're
other
fun.
than just
There
kill
were
them.
40 of them.
40, there you
I
go.
don't know if I want
We
to
could
do
like lure them out into the woods.
In the world,
got a
is
big
Black
bag of
Razor a known
hamburgers.
amount?
Don't you mean
To anyone who's kind of interested or at least has a passing kind of knowledge of weaponry and artifacts, it would be known. It won't be known by like the common folk, but you imagine most blacksmiths, maybe people, anyone who's kind of interested in weapons, such as myself, would probably have heard of it.
Okay.
What have I heard of?
You can make a intelligence check at advantage for me if you like, or actually history. I believe that's intelligence anyway.
Lovely. 17.
You would indeed. It's not been told to you yet by a scientist, but you would indeed have heard of the legend of Black Razor.
Oh, her lovely sword.
Yeah.
The legend of Black.
Yeah.
Did you tell us
God,
all
yeah.
about Black Razor? Oh, okay. What was I going to say? Would we, when we went to like the board that had all the
Yes.
groups on last time, was that just for the groups, or was it like a quest board as well? Was there like anything else in
That
the
was
kind of
that was just for the group. So
Okay.
basically, any bands of mercenaries kind of come and do that, and then the any individual hirings is usually just done on like a conversational basis or
Yeah.
a lineup.
We already did the show up tomorrow, so.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
just
yeah.
have something to do for the night.
Yeah.
See if we can
town?
find
I'm itching for a fight.
find a quest.
Go talk to
Quick
the barman
one.
and ask if he
Yeah.
has any stuff to do.
I don't know, we might want to just get up early and get ready for the lineup tomorrow.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, but it's been ages since we've had a good fight on solid ground.
It's true.
Yeah, I'm quite excited for the lineup.
So am I, but I want to,
Yeah, alright.
bang, stink. Right.
Or we can at least
Bang.
ask if they've.
Sorry, bang and shtick.
Yeah,
The two classics.
bang, stick. Yeah.
Let's go to the inn. We'll see if there's anything going on, and then we can decide from there.
Okay.
Cool.
See what the vibe is.
I'm happy to have a spar with you, Captain, if you want. I want to practice my blind fating.
Oh.
That'd be game.
Oh yes, I will spar with you as well.
Yeah, sure.
I've sparred with everyone else.
Yeah. Okay. I guess all on me. What's happening? What's going on?
Oh, Nev's grabbing a seat.
3 on 2?
I mean,
I don't want that.
I want that.
oh, that's fun.
I don't think I could take Garv. I think the window where I could have taken Garv has passed. And even then, I tried and failed.
Who did you? I can't remember who won when we sparred. That we're not.
It wasn't a full combat, but I don't remember either.
Yeah.
So
I'm pretty sure you won.
It was fun. Whatever happened.
it's always fun.
So you
It's
head on.
D&D.
You head on into the bulging purse. You can see as it's a bit quiet in here this evening.
Is this a real building or is it a temple?
It is an actual building. Yeah, this one is like kind of L-shaped.
Yeah,
with the
there
kind
were
of,
only 2
Yeah.
proper buildings.
Where the
There's this
place
and
the person lived.
Lady Shell,
Yeah.
yeah.
Gale.
yeah, it's kind of like an L-shaped building with kind of completing the square as like a beer garden. You see there's a few people out there kind of drinking as the sun sets. The one thing you do notice as you walk in is 2 figures you recognise kind of bent over pints in the bar. You see as Iklal is kind of there, kind of like a few empty cups next to him, a few empty ones kind of on the floor by him, kind of
Oh god.
pint in front, and you can see arm around him, kind of soothing him with a pint in hand as well. Is Drubbin, kind of just they seem to be in some kind of conversation.
Oh yeah, we
Um,
need to.
Need to exercise. Oh, that could be all we do tonight.
We haven't told you that yet, have we?
Yeah, we haven't mentioned it.
Okay.
yet.
We need to. I need to talk to Iklal. That's what I was going to do.
Yeah, there we go. It's our evening's plan sorted.
But you see them there, and you can also see a couple representatives of a few of the clans here. So you see the Cult of the Kiss, you see a couple of the people in the garb of the monarchy, Surprisingly, you don't see any of Cook's Devourers or the Moon Boys. I wonder why.
They're not allowed in. That's racist.
We heard a little of the conversation between what we assume are the Cult of the Kiss.
Yes.
Roughly what was that, do you remember?
It was about getting
Something about
some
sacrifices.
girls to sacrifice
Yeah.
a complete ritual.
I'm going for stopping a sacrifice.
I'm going for that actually.
I don't know that we could take on the cult.
Take on whatever.
I
you
take
want.
on cults
I
daily.
mean,
Yes.
I just kind of want to find out who it is that they
Don't know if it's vegan.
are a cult to.
Yes.
Oh, is it?
Oh, we could always go in with the guys that were like trying to hire some and like see what the
Well, I mean, technically we are looking to hire.
exactly. It's not really the guys, but
Right, well, of course we can stop. We've got a few things on the cards now. Stop sacrifice. Kill Iklal. I mean, save Iklal.
we need to do something. We need to do something about it.
we need to save it.
How to solve a problem like Iklal Sapphirebeard?
Are we all together at this point?
Yeah, you're all.
we all.
Yeah, you all kind of reconvene from your various goings on at the fight.
Okay.
Have we seen Asher since he wandered off to go do business?
Not yet. No, he said he was going to meet you guys back on the ship in the morning.
So we'll deal with that before.
Yeah.
Oh, after the lineup.
So what are we doing about Iklal? Has anyone spoken to him yet?
Did you go?
He had a chat with me on the ship, and
He came with us to the man, didn't he?
he did that as well. I was going to get to that. And said that he's had moments before where people have remembered things differently to him, similar to ours, although he didn't necessarily say people died. But yeah, it sounds like it's something that's happened a few times. So Nem and I took him to have a bit of a reading from the cloud people.
Oh yes.
And you know, usually they just hit you with a wheel or a woe, but he gave us more.
I hate when
That
they,
whoa.
yeah, they hit me with wheels.
But yeah, he came back with something a little more specific than that.
How specific?
He reckons we need to exercise him, and I don't mean to
He's
take him
not
to the
that
gym.
overweight.
I was about
Hey. I like
Comedy.
the way you-
Poor
I
form,
think-
everyone.
Are any of these mercenary bands looking for a leader? Because I think I've overstayed my welcome now.
I think I can do it.
Oh, that's good.
That's about as good odds as we get, so I'm 100%.
Also, you're free as far as I know.
Oh, I'm that.
Like, we don't have to pay an exorcist to come in now.
Oh, it would be cool though. You know, if he turned up with the hat and the lamplight,
I
like in the
would- I
play.
would quite like that.
That would be cool.
Oh,
I haven't seen that play.
do we know any
It's
hat
terrifying.
sellers? You could just buy a hat.
We could mix some of the
We
I
could
would-
just, we could just get you like a big black robe.
we just-
Let's just
and,
kill.
like,
Let's just
a
take
big
all the
hat.
cultist robes.
Oh yeah.
We've got cultists right here. That's the
Do you
vibe.
reckon they'd sell her though? Or I guess we could just take it.
Yeah, who cares? What are they going to do?
I would look
I
pretty cool
don't
in
know,
a
like
robe.
sacrifice us or something. They're a cult.
None of us are virgins. We fine.
I don't know.
I
None
think-
of us are virgins.
No, not anymore.
Why is everybody looking at me?
Stella's just like jotting down. Right.
I'm up for wearing a robe and a hat for this.
Should we? I'll go up to the bar.
Yeah. So you see this.
You have a robe and a hat.
That is the what was he called?
It's called I've been on the beach for 3
Balin,
days.
the Triton youth that was working here. So you see.
How's it?
All right.
Is this-
You see as you're kind of down the bar, you see his Drublin kind of catches your arms, kind of raises his tangle towards you. It's like a cheers.
I need clothes to buy.
Oh, I'm afraid I don't have any your size myself.
Oh no! Is there somewhere around here that would sell anything like a hat? We're looking for a hat mostly. Maybe some robes, but that seems easier to get.
We're not really big on shops here, but
No, I noticed.
I mean,
It was chapeau shop, is what we're looking for.
I do have a hat in the back.
Oh, is it got a big brim?
Well, it's like it was a lost and found one. Let me go and find it. He kind of goes in, pulls out a.
Just so long as it's matty black, I don't care what it fucking looks like.
You see he kind of pulls out this kind of like basket with this kind of like sheet over it, pulls it up and goes, yeah, I think I've got about 5 hats in here.
Oh wow! Oh, nice a selection.
kind of, it's lost and found.
This
so
went so much better than I was
it's
expecting.
lost and found, so I mean, have at it. People just left it here, and he kind of pushes towards you this kind of basket. I need to keep the basket though.
Oh, okay,
That's
I
actually-
take all 5 hats.
Cool. So you see of the 5 hats, you can see there's a couple of styles.
Good. Okay, hang on. We need to write down hats in the ship inventory.
It is important.
This is not
We
the
can't
first.
afford to fix our
This is
ship,
not the
but
first-
hats, they're really
The hats are
important.
free.
Oh,
Free hats.
of course.
Yeah. What kind of hats? We
So
got?
you see there are two kind of almost like matching, they're these beat up kind of tricorn hats, kind of greyish, one with kind of this blue trim, one with a red trim on it, but they seem to be very
Grey.
similar in style.
Blue and so one blue trim.
Yeah,
Some red.
one red trim.
Any fedoras?
Give me a minute.
I don't want a
Yep.
fedora.
You see as there's this
I want to see River and a fedora.
dirtied, but you can tell it was probably once a shock white fedora with this kind of a black band kind of going around it. It looks like maybe like a feather was once tucked in, but that has since
Cursed
gone
item.
before
Cursed
now.
item.
Yeah, that's
Burn it,
cursed.
burn it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You see a rather large, wide-brimmed hat. It's kind of like a darkish grey. The brim kind of like almost folds up a little bit. It's like halfway between the hat you were describing and a sombrero.
Oh, wow.
And
Yeah.
the last one is
So
a
you've got to do
fez.
an exorcism at 4 and then go to the beach at 6.
I like it.
Okay.
Inspiration.
I
Yeah.
already have it. Who doesn't have one?
Me? Oh no, I've got it.
I'll go.
Gav,
Uh,
for reasons I can't explain, could I please have the fez?
Oh, of course. I was gonna just chuck.
there was
that.
a fez.
Blue or red trim?
I've got one. I'm fine.
Oh, right. I'll take the red trim one then. Anyone want a hat?
Blue tree.
He's a bit of
Oh,
a
I was going to give you this big grey one for the
Oh,
exorcism.
yes,
Although
sorry, I
you
missed
can have
that.
it. You can have both. Like you
What
can
does
have
this one actually
exorcism
look like
hat.
other than it has blue
It's
trim?
a tricorn.
Yeah, it's
Like
like
a
a
classic pirate hat.
It's like beat up tricorn with blue trim.
Okay, so you got your regular hat now and your
I've
exorcism
got my
hat.
regular hat and I've got my I'm an exorcist.
I need to get a big
Is
feather.
the fez in good condition?
It's in mediocre condition.
Has it still got the platform?
Yeah.
Yes.
I've got the other captain's hat, by the way. How's that look?
It
It's got to be
does.
described.
Hers was also a tricorn actually.
Yeah.
I'm dishing out too many tricons.
It's
It's a
not
Pirates
enough.
campaign.
Pirate, yeah.
It was a very nice, like a brown leather tricorn with this kind of orangish kind of trim around it because I'm not doing that on purpose. The fucking flag of her ship was orange.
Yeah, it was a crab.
Yeah, it was a crab. So yeah, you can see it's got that, and it has a little crab kind of stitched into the side as well.
Perfect. Yeah. Cool.
We can all get the symbols.
Just for
pictured.
reference, Scythe has pushed all of his hair up into the fez, popped it down.
but I'll wait until the 76.
When I was prepping the session, I didn't think I'd be giving out a box of lost hats.
And then we got the dirty white fedora. Anyone
Beer nap one.
Fames.
Oh, can we please give it the fame?
Can you just check if it's cursed or something?
Text match.
I mean, it's a fucking risk, but okay. I've only got one charge left of this.
Oh, don't worry.
How often does it recharge?
Once a day, but if I use the third charge, it could go bad.
Okay,
So
leave
one
it.
in-
Don't worry, it's just a hat.
Yeah. I think his name needs to be
If you want, I can like detect magic, so I'll need 10 minutes. I'm
Uh,
not sure what accent this
Yeah,
is.
we're just chilling right now,
Cool,
so.
right. As we're going around, I'm just going to spend 10 minutes sitting at the table detecting magic and then looking at all the hats.
As you complete magic, you see that none of the hats are.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Well, I've got a little while with this. I'm going to start wandering around the bar and seeing what's what.
Cool.
Regular old
Wandering around bar. Anyone else doing anything for the eve?
So who's here from our crew?
Getting
It looks like just Drubbin and Iklal. You can see that just from your past perception, you guys kind of maybe checking, looking over every now and again. You see that Drubbin's very much in like a comforting mode. He's kind of stopped the drinks going to Iklal. You can see his eyes are a little bit red. Mary's maybe been like crying or sobbing. And you can see looks to be in better condition now with the help of Drubbin, but you can see they're just kind of having general chit chat as you maybe like pass by or kind of like listening just through your innate perception. You hear that they're just kind of talking about their pasts now.
I mean, I can see it.
Yeah, you can see that they're talking about their pasts now. You see as Drubbin mentions, "Ooh, thank you very much, what are these?"
It's a yogurt covered Skittle.
It's not. I'm not enjoying myself.
It's a sensation, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, love that.
It's quite good, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, thank you very much. That's how you bribe the DM. Yogurt covered Skittles.
Tell your friends.
You see as you get a name from Drubbin called Talka.
Well, I'll go have a sit down with them.
Cool.
Yeah, go room for 1 to 6 more.
You see as Drubbin kind of turns around and goes, "All right, Captain. Yeah, of course, always room for you. How you doing? How was your day? But you enjoying that?
Yeah. Nice boss. I've been here, I think, once before. We've not had the pleasure of perusing the mercenaries about. Should be good. Might get a few more crew members tomorrow.
I'll get some more food stocks.
Oh, do it. Yes. How are you two?
You see, he kind of shoots a look over towards it.
We're doing better. You're alright in your clan. Hey, yeah, not too bad, Captain. Just I think a few too many drinks. Got to my system.
Fair enough. Walls are grand if you need you. You know.
Of course.
You guys, my crew, you're my top priority above everything else.
Thank you, guys.
Do appreciate it, Captain. Do appreciate it.
No worries.
Did have you been informed about mine and Rivers and them's discussion with the Sky Circle plan?
I heard you'd been. The small details haven't reached me. But you know, it doesn't seem overly my business. So just if you like, you tell me if you want to tell me.
It's not something I'd like to talk about. I've just poured it out to Drummond.
Then we won't. Don't worry about it.
But if they want to tell you, I mean, by all means, you are my captain, so
Fair
you
play.
should be kept in the loop.
Taking your accent, here we go. There we are. That's what services. Right. Good. Well, I'm glad you're doing a bit better.
Thank you.
Yeah. Don't go too wild.
Oh, I'll try not to. I'm sure
bit
that,
late, but you know.
you're all sat over there, so I'm sure you'll stop me.
Pretty sure Relics has some ibuprofen on board. Should help you out in the morning.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I'll give that a go.
Yeah, do it. New invention. From the majors.
Miracle drug.
Yeah.
Would I have a knowledge of any other
Maybe
sort of
Crow
prominent cults? Like, there would have been maybe based around, like, there's the Kraken priestesses, but I don't know if that counts as a cult.
They're kind of
Yeah.
they kind of are grey on the line between cult and religion.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're like, well, are they a cult? Are they a religion? They kind of
Yeah.
do bits of both kind of sides. What do you mean by any
Like-
cults in specific?
Like,
or
these
just
guys
for
are called the
now?
Cult of the Kiss.
Yes.
Have I got any other...
Make a history check. We'll see if there's any other prominent cults you know of.
Ooh!
Probably.
23!
Cool. You've heard of a couple of they'd be predominantly underwater cults
Yeah.
that you've come across. You've certainly heard of a couple of cults of Imbar, who is one of the gods of Reef. You know that a couple of people or a couple of groups who are tuned into the more chaotic evil side of his kind of teachings are not usually welcoming Reef because they're a bit destructive.
Yeah.
You know they have operations usually kind of dotted around the Sea of the Fallen. It was rumoured that they died out, although no one's too sure because one, people don't like going across the Sea of the Fallen. Two, if they're going across the Sea of the Fallen, they don't typically dive because that's where all the monsters are.
Cowards.
Yeah, exactly. Apart from that, I'd say you'd maybe have a brief understanding of.
To be honest, that's all I needed, really.
Fair.
I'm going to start walking over to the Cult of the Kiss.
I'll go with.
Fantastic. I was going to ask
Before
if anyone
that,
wanted to come.
I was
You
just
do it,
throwing
you do a
bar
thing.
snacks into Mostella's drink.
Cool. Yeah. Easy enough. Just filled with like peanut shells and
Whole loaf of bread. a duck.
A duck.
Yeah.
Cooked, uncooked?
Oh.
Ouch.
Found.
Yeah. I had a duck on me. An orange.
So,
Is that a French
is it just
duck?
orcs,
Duck
the
on
Cult of the
orange.
Kiss?
yeah, you've only seen orcs in these kind of robes. Again, it's these kind of like red and gold kind of red's the primary colour with trim of gold. It's quite open at the chest, so you can see their chest, and all these orcs are completely clean shaven, like no eyebrows, no eyelashes, nothing. It's kind of drawn in at the waist and then goes out again at the hip, so it's kind of like quite airy, quite provides mobility. You've not seen them cause any trouble or anything. They just kind of are sat there, kind of talking in Orcish to each other.
Well, what are they saying? I can speak
a couple of
Orcish.
drinks.
Walking, talking.
Are you just walking up, or are you trying to listen in?
I'm just walking up.
And then yeah, I'm just following Silas' lead.
As you both walk up, you see as this kind of bluish skinned orc kind of looks up towards you guys. You can see he's kind of got a big cut going down one side of his face through where one of his eyes used to be. Kind of looks up, kind of says in Orcish to two of you. Can I help?
I'm sorry, do you speak common?
I'll say that in Orcish to him as well, just in case.
Can I help?
Fantastic. I was just wondering, like, who's the Kiss?
It's our mistress.
Is she a deity? Is she?
No, you can. Are you looking to hire?
I mean, we're in the market. I was just kind of.
Well, by all means, gentlemen, you can come meet her if you like.
Oh no.
Oh, please don't go.
Oh Christ!
I mean, we have an entire crew of people who I'm sure would be willing to join us. Right?
Yep.
Yep.
Let's go.
I mean, this is
You look
kind
back and everyone's gone from the table.
No, the bar's empty.
So there's some
lot.
guard.
Nev's Raven, just like.
Mastella's still
Quickly
trying to
flies
fish
out.
like peanuts out of his drink. Just like,
You just like waste over the pint.
I'm not that small.
It's a big pint.
I mean,
I said, yeah, I'd be willing to come along and do what all the crew would know of 2 beat clicks, which means keep ready for combat.
You haven't established
I
this
mean,
before,
it
so
was
we
while
all
we were
look at
sailing
you
there.
and
yes.
So we
we
were
would,
selling here, I established
love
yeah,
to.
off camera.
Just in terms of hiring, what are your
I'm not in the
rates?
exorcism to the film.
Depends on
Is
how
that
many you
not
want to hire.
Okay, well, we hope so.
We currently
Oh, I
have
need a
space
rope.
for 9,
Yeah,
but that's been whittled down to maybe
We can just,
2.
like, guns
Can we
blazing.
go for a 300 up front, and then 5 gold per day, but the per day can be negotiable depending on performance.
What's your skills? What do you bring to the table? We've got quite a diverse group.
Intimidation and charm tactics, as well as
I've kind of got one of those.
dabbling in magic.
How long will that 300 up front get us?
That would last you about a week and a half.
I'm going to lean in real close,
Yeah.
whisper in his ear, in Orcish. What kind of magic? You can tell me. I don't judge.
kind of leans back up to you and goes,
Blood.
Nice. Very not like,
I
What's he
have
speaking?
no idea what just happened,
Oh,
yeah, no, that's good speaking.
Thank
but
God.
when he whispers, I get uncomfortable. So I'm going to assume that whatever that was
You
was
see them-
totally fine.
you see them whisper, say something about Garv and Orcs just.
Both our eyes briefly flash red.
Looking back.
Cast spread.
Oh, HMS flagship, are you coming?
Yeah, it's coming along.
Let's
yes.
go.
Would
I
I
don't
know
like it, but I'm
Roughly
coming.
what kind of things blood magic does? I
Um,
assume Gar
probably
would know a
probably
brief
would.
bit, but not
make
anything.
make an
sort of
arcana
my
check
hands
at
up
this,
like
I'd say.
Just like-
because yeah,
Trauma putting that fail?
you
These are mine.
you've certainly heard of it, but I have no idea what it entails.
Fair enough. And just refresh my memory. What is blood magic?
what is this magic?
You can
Ah,
talk.
blood magic.
You see, he kind of finishes his pipe and kind of in Orcish says to the rest of them, "I'll be back in 20. Fresh pint when I'm back, please." And he kind of stands up. So, would like to go meet the kiss?
We would love to.
Yeah, sounds good.
I say with no confidence for the rest of the crew, but I would.
They're all like peering round me.
Are you all?
Quivering.
Are you all going?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Iklal and Drum will be fine.
We can exercise him later. As long as he doesn't get into a fight.
Yeah, we got all night to do an exorcism.
Yeah,
That's
we
true.
still
He
need
said
the
this would
robes.
take-
In fact, we should wait for midnight.
He
Oh,
said
that's
this would
cool.
take 20 minutes tops.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's find a grandfather clock.
If
so we
it
can
goes
shine
okay, we
at
don't have to
midnight.
fight our way out.
Yeah,
Again.
he'll be back.
I'm
in
going to be
20
on the
minutes.
lookout for a
We might
grandfather
die.
clock.
And he
It's
might
a
not
long
be-
shot.
Roll a percentile.
Are we just trying to set up the creepiest atmosphere possible?
Oh, I want a grandfather clock on the ship.
40 exactly.
You unfortunately you do not spot a grandfather clock.
Oh, it's gutting, isn't it?
Yeah, I gave you a 10% chance.
I can just stand there and bong if you like.
Status in the corner. Just
Spark it.
Bong.
So as you begin kind of like walking through, he kind of is chatting to you in Orcish.
Yeah.
Well, we don't use our own blood. We like to use fresh, clean blood, but we use it as a
Is this in
replacement.
Orcish or Common?
Orcish.
Yeah.
We use it as a replacement for. Are you familiar with materials for spells?
I assume he would be.
You know of them.
Yeah, yeah.
You know some components are using.
It often can replace that if the blood is of good quality.
Right. What makes blood good quality?
Typically virgin blood. Or blood that has been
Not a virgin.
the other way around.
Oh, it's Mr.
Blood that
Barnes.
has had seen a lot of
Huh?
passion,
He's 19.
vigor, and
I'm like 19-year-old.
someone's over sex.
Oh, right. That's interesting that it can go both ways.
Either way, it depends on what you're trying to do.
Oh, okay.
We usually go for the latter.
Oh, okay. I've actually only had sex a couple of times, so.
Roll deception.
It's not bad. 17?
It seems to be.
I understand many of your size.
Yeah, it's
an interesting problem, isn't it?
it's I'm sure you know somewhat of my issues. Is he a big guy?
He's
Oh,
he's
he's not.
he's about like 5'11". He's kind of short for him.
Oh, okay.
Ouch.
You see, as he kind of walks. You get
one
to,
in 5 Goliaths.
Oh, tell me about it. Higher chance for Rook.
You see
Is
as you see
That's canon.
you see as
I
you
don't
get
know.
to a rather nice tent that is flanked by kind of smaller makeshift tents held up with sticks. You can see as there are quite a lot of orcs here. There's around 30ish or so, kind of like just sat around campfires, kind of eating, discussing. You see some of them with these kind of almost ceremonial daggers out, kind of polishing them or sharpening them.
Terrifying.
But there seems to be quite apart from the terrifying look of the place, they seem to be in generally kind of nice chit chat, and you get a couple of smiles as you're walking
I
through.
love this.
As you push through into the tent, and as you try to see between the kind of drapes that hang in front of the entryway, it's pitch black in there from what you can see. But as you cross through, you actually go into a very nicely dimly lit room. As you can see, various candles kind of hovering around the perimeter of the room. You can see the floor is entirely made out of cushions with blankets and swathes of cloth, and there's this nice, fresh, burning incense in the air that kind of almost just finds your nose as soon as you get in. Can you all give me wisdom saving throws?
Fuck.
Yeah. They said they charm people.
Great idea, Scythus.
Hey, my ideas are always wonderful,
If
especially.
they kill me because they think I'm a virgin.
That's burn that inspo.
Yep. I'll keep mine.
I'm assuming it took more than 10 minutes to get there.
Yes.
Wait, sorry, was it
Wisdom
something?
saving.
Saving.
Yeah.
Got nothing plus pound. Right, isn't it?
Okay, we'll start at Callum and go around.
23.
Fine.
13.
Fail.
Shit.
I spent my point
Fail.
of inspiration.
Fail.
Hang on.
That would be 11.
Fail.
19.
Pass. So you two pass. You three join me around the corner.
Oh no.
You two fucking brought us here.
Just like we're not even turning around.
Dan, would it be better to do this bit on stream and the other guys go?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, me and Callum should leave.
Okay.
Can you fill me up when you go?
You guys leave.
Oh yeah, sorry, you four. Yeah.
Well,
We have to hire Clubber, by the way, because here he is.
yeah, we've spent a lot of time trying to.
with a K?
This was
Like,
my
I
attempt
knew
at
this was a
drawing
bad
him.
idea.
Oh, it's lovely. Tell us what we've done.
So, you're all about to meet an individual, and you are charmed by them. You regard them not as the typical kind of charmed effect of they are like a best friend. You treat them as your number one crush, someone that you are lusting after, someone that you just really want to be around and impress and try to eventually sleep with. Cool.
Is that it?
Yep, that's it. We're all good. If you guys want to come back.
Great. Guys!
They're boning.
Immediately.
Oh yeah, just
more
a
than 20 seconds on
second.
stream. That's it.
Oh, 20 seconds is like
And it
generous.
works quick. We know.
They've already finished, both of them.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's fair. I've been like
We
that.
are skilled.
Oh, sorry. Oh.
See the
skill.
stain.
Oh.
What's
Sorry, I'm not.
Oh, it's okay.
Granny.
I'm
Got him.
I'm a negative stat.
just trying to avoid treading on wires that might be important.
No.
We're everywhere.
Danger!
Head to toe
Oh,
cover.
that was fun.
So, as you go in, you see stood on the opposite side of this room is this very voluptuous and scantily dressed woman, or female, not woman. As she is clearly not human. As you see this pinkish red tail dangling down from just where the bottom of her spine is, and these two beautifully soft feathered wings tucked in at her back. She turns around and you can see a insanely beautiful face. You can see not a speck of makeup or alteration kind of present. You see she's kind of got these big pursed lips, these wide, deep, red, crimson eyes, and kind of has this kind of cockish smile to the four of you as you as you enter, as well as to you two, but she certainly seems to pay more attention to these four.
Who's the ugly old broad?
You see, as her skin is this kind of very soft rouge and kind of almost like changes in like shade, almost like a gradient here and there. You can see, I think that may be it. Oh, she has got a pendant that kind of hangs down, it's almost like a choker with like a little chain that hangs down to just above where her boobs are on show, the boob window.
Nice.
And it's kind of got
Boob
this
window.
it's kind of got this pulsing kind of reddish gem there. She kind of turns around and says,
She got horns.
she's got two short horns there.
Dang.
Sexy.
Anyone proficient in
Was it
religion?
Fleming?
Yes.
Yeah. Nem and you, because you're a religious person, can give me religion checks.
Okay, I'm not actually proficient, but I'm glad to do
Re-
the roll.
Rem the Rog, UK D&D. Hey, Rem the Rog.
Yo!
Hey, Randarog, we are UK and we are D&D.
Cool.
We are those.
But never at the same time.
13,
Yeah.
19.
19. With your 19, you recognise that this is a succubus.
Yeah.
Hey, Rem.
I'll suck her butt.
You see as she turns around, kind of cocks
So
the
I'll
smile
suck
and
her
goes,
butt.
"Gentlemen, ladies."
I am like before she's even continued. I'm like I've flown over to her feet, like billowing in like the deepest bow.
Cool. So as you bow, she kind of offers her hand for you to kiss.
Yep, do it.
Good.
I'd like little birdie like.
She does that. After you kiss her hand, she kind of runs it up, kind of through your feathers, kind of like pulls you up almost. And goes,
Oh, it's not
a
something
man with
Yeah.
manners. You do know how to charm.
Miss Stella's just like swaying in the back, like doing that thing where you're like.
Hi man, for a while ago.
River really wishes she had some
Did
drugs
we
on her because that's all
feel
she knows.
any sort of magic effect wash over us at all that we
You,
resisted? Or?
you don't feel it. Certainly, the smell is very pungent and almost like immediately
Smells like shit in here.
found your nose.
It's quite overpowering, isn't it?
I'd say you could both make an insight check.
Sweet.
It's not gone well.
It's pretty good for me though.
That's a 9.
17.
Cool. With a 17, you something's up. You're not too sure what.
Would I also know that Fuaro, knowing he's quite a cocky bastard usually,
Yeah.
grovelling before someone, would I see that that's not exactly a Fuaro thing to do?
Yeah, I'd say so. You're used to the cloak billowing and everything, but the immediate kind of like bow, kiss, and
Yeah.
that you kind of you can. You don't know exactly what, but your instincts are kind of going.
Plus, you would know that he almost exclusively goes for Eric
Chrono
Cochran.
Audio Druidic and
So-
Giant.
I say to you in Giant, something's wrong.
Huh?
Let's
No,
have a
nothing
look
is.
at,
Everything's okay.
Yeah, she kind of like curls her hand around you and kind of tickles your beak a little bit, kind of looks at the three of you as well.
I
Kinda-
speak giant. I heard that and responded.
Gives a smile and kind of goes, "So how can I help all of you?"
Well, actually, to be honest, I heard that these guys were called the Cult of the Kiss, and the only cult that I've ever heard of was the Cult of Imbar. Imbar's a god, and I thought, well, okay, right, that's cracking. Maybe on this island there's a god, so I've come over and I've come to meet you to see if you're a god. Are you one?
They certainly.
Of course she is, look at it.
As such.
Oh, something's definitely wrong.
They certainly treat me as one, and I like to be treated as one. Some of my talents would certainly
That's a good one.
warrant a deific air.
What are you? If you don't mind my asking.
I'm a succubus.
She's a god. Oh. Yes, it will enough.
Is a
Vocator.
succubus a god?
Would I know
No,
what a succubus could do to people?
Make a religion check. Cool.
think I know. That's a
I know, I'm picking my
Oh.
dice.
right.
Religion. 17.
Cool. You've heard of, you don't know like the specifics, but you've heard of the stories that they are people who seduce to usually foil or kind of worm their way in politically, kind of to manipulate people as well. You've also heard that they can change their shape if they want, so you think it's quite a bold statement that she's here to you in succubus form, either foolhardiness or just kind of what's
Comfort in
yeah,
our own
comfort
space.
essentially, yeah, comfort.
Fair enough.
And you know that they're pretty good at escaping as well. She says, I'm a provocateur of all kinds of fantasies. I said,
Hey,
Thank
thanks
you
for
for
it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
provocateur of all kinds of errant fantasies, anything that should take your liking, or
We're more looking for like clues and stuff. Like,
certainly some of my
fighters.
some of my
Maybe we could
conflicts.
be looking for a little bit more.
I mean,
Do
how
you
much
sail?
more? What are we?
Canoe sail. Do you want to come on our ship?
Yeah,
Her wings kind of unfurl, but she goes, I have no need for it.
No, but you know, it's a bait.
That's okay. We can stop being
He
on the
doesn't need
ship.
one, but he's on the boat all the time. So.
Yeah.
True.
Something step.
I can stop.
Yeah. In Giant, I'm gonna act as if I'm talking to Garv. But it's just gonna come out as an incantation. I'm like hand gesturing. I'm doing detect magic. It's just an action.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm really not as fluent in Giant as I want to be.
Well,
You kind of like cocks an eyebrow towards you.
What languages would she speak?
I fucking hope not Giant.
You're unsure.
No.
Yeah,
You are unsure.
she kind of cocks an eyebrow to you, kind of like casting, but you see she's not put off by it, but she certainly notes it. Is that with the spell slot or for 10 minutes?
That's a spell slot. That's a gone.
So as it immediately pings, you notice that her entire form is magical, and you're getting a large.
I tell a lie. Nothing happens at all. It wasn't prepared. I'd have had to do it as a ritual.
Cool. So you kind
Nothing happens.
Yeah, you start doing it, and you see she
I'm just even
does
less
not stop you.
fluent in Giant as I would. I really don't know what's going on.
I'll let you know when that
I'll,
pings.
Cool.
I'll say to her, do you mind not ensnaring our crew? Especially the captain. He's, you know, he's in charge and, you know,
She can't help it.
if
Looks
he's
like
ensnared, it's going to be a bit awkward.
It is
she has ensnared
entirely-
nothing but my heart.
She kind of bends over to you, kind of caresses your cheek.
Hey!
You are handsome, boy.
Well, no. Well,
I'm a man.
Stella, back to the ship.
She kind
You're-
of plant to
No, you're going back.
plant a kiss on your forehead.
Someone take him away. Get him out. Get him back to the ship.
As for the ensnaring, I don't see it really as ensnaring. I'm just very.
I mean, it is coercion through magical means, and I'm not sure that counts as consent.
Make a.
Oh, you better be asking for consent.
Make either. Yeah, make a persuasion check. Let's say.
Oh, what is it?
Oh, it's not gone very well.
Hide it back into the sheet again. Natural 20! Damn!
She kind of.
That's 5,
She kind of
maybe.
looks at you and goes, "You are more than welcome to leave at any point. I will not stop you."
Yes, Stella, leave.
I think we should all leave.
Yes.
Oh, it's quite
You
nice
guys
here,
can.
though, isn't it?
What are you going to do?
It's
Stay
nicer
here.
here than the barn.
You don't want to be the Pirate King anymore? Because you kind of have to leave there here to do that.
The king.
Yeah, he's got this thing where if he wants to be Pirate King, huh?
Yeah,
Still not entirely convinced
can't
by
do
it.
He
it.
makes a
Yeah.
good point.
He wants
Sure,
to.
you don't want to be on our ship.
Rather short, but do you need help becoming this?
Yes,
King.
from you.
There are certain services or
For
contacts.
a
I can
while
put
you're
you in
being
touch with.
needy, it's not necessary. Come
Oh,
down.
what kind of services?
What kind of
Don't
contacts?
talk to the ensnared folks.
Well,
No, speak to Hello.
well, all kinds of services. My kind, they often specialise in contracts as such. A few contacts for a small payment or a loan of a body for the night, or even bodies that we could use. I can certainly do something.
Have we have a crew.
No.
Since when was Garv the voice of reason?
Gav, I have a plan, but it involves me doing something unpleasant to the captain just for a short while. It won't hurt, so technically it doesn't break the terms of your contract.
Go.
Whole person.
So, whiz save.
Let's see if I pass this one.
What was the DC?
15.
Ah, no, I fell.
So he kind of locks in place.
Is it mouth as well, or is it just person?
Paralysed.
She kind of giggles a little.
I
to
think it
herself.
might be worth taking the captain back to the ship.
I think so.
But we're having so much fun.
And we can continue to have fun, you and I.
Yes, I'd like to make a deal. Maybe.
I'll gladly hang around and have fun.
You got
I
6
can stay.
seconds and then you can
I
try
think
again.
I can stay.
She kind of smells the air a little bit.
15 is a DC.
She kind of looks to you, gives you an eye, and goes, "You've had fun recently."
Oh, bloody hell.
Oh.
Oh, what?
Oh, no, wait, no, you.
Well, you know,
Oh, I mean, I heard all of that. That was rather unpleasant.
always up for some fun.
Oh, nothing's ever unpleasant when it comes to that kind of conduct.
You're not wrong.
Why not stay the night?
Why not?
I will as well.
Certainly.
No.
That was 6 seconds.
Oh.
Nope. I'm just like, I managed to knock myself over.
I mean, at the
this
very
point.
least, let's get the captain out of here so he doesn't give away the fucking ship.
It's a sex demon, man.
True.
Can I just tie Fuaro up?
I mean, he's paralyzed, so yeah.
I'm sorry about this, but
Ropes.
oh god, it's only getting worse. You'll thank me later. And
It's Mistella's holy laugh.
So you've got quite a lot of orcs around here. Are they the ones that you usually send out as your disciples?
Yes, they are indeed.
That's a weird thing. I don't
They
think I've done
are-
that before.
No.
Unwavering in their faith, and they have not failed me yet. Or the ones that have, at least, aren't here anymore.
Where are they?
She rubs her belly.
She just smiles.
She
Kind of
belches.
purses her lip. She kind of like runs her tongue across her top lip a little bit.
Oh, fuck.
She fucked them to death.
The kiss
Oh,
doesn't dance
she
it.
drives-
Death by snoo snoo.
What kind of things can your deals offer?
My
Fuaro is just in the corner, tied up, paralysed and
She
crying.
bit their head off like a
certain
crane.
Like a froob.
uses of magic or spells.
Yes.
What kind of thing do we have to offer in return?
A number of virgin bodies or prostitutes, I don't mind. Or large amounts of gold never goes amiss.
Right.
Would prefer
Well, we're
full.
kind of
Short
lacking
on all
the
of those at
virgins
the
and
moment.
prostitutes and the gold, so I'm not entirely sure where the people that you want to be dealing with. I mean,
I could always
you
take-
might have fun with this one.
I could always take something from you personally, but I don't know how amount of your strength would be up to max.
What kind of thing?
Would be some of your vigor, so to speak.
No. If I'm giving you any of my vigour, it's given willingly. If you catch my
It
drift.
always is.
How much vigor are you looking for?
I can provide some vigor.
About an hour's worth.
Oh, maybe not that much.
How long was I in the room with?
I need to break this spell. I'm out, right. Me! Pick me!
You're tied up.
Give me all my
I've got more spell slots.
I'm also tied up.
vigour! Did you do my mouth as well?
I wouldn't have done your mouth, but so
Okay,
yeah.
well, my beak.
Yeah.
Don't just kind of
Oh,
ruffle her
person.
feathers again. You feel as her hands are very soft, but her nails have got quite a sharp point.
Good! Take
Off
me.
with a little bite. Fun.
I mean, I'm going to keep doing it because it's just going to end up with us being stranded here.
Yeah.
Whole person.
I agree.
Nat 20, get fucked.
So I wait 6 seconds, it will happen again. And then I've got 2 more spell slots after that. But I might just launch a tidal wave in this room and then be done with it. That's not my plan, I probably won't do that.
I really don't like water.
Perhaps we'll come back when we have a bit more to offer.
No, and stay!
No, you're. Think about.
Whole person.
Have you ever told me the names of the people on your list?
Yes, I have.
I mentioned the obvious one. How would she feel if you were doing this right now?
What she doesn't know won't hurt her.
Oh, we
We
tell
can
her
stay.
everything.
It's okay. We can stay. It's fine. For a while, I think someone should take a while. Right? Well, we can stay. What was that, Mastella? You should stay. I will. I can do that, Captain. You just get back to the ship safely, okay? I will stay here for you.
I mean, to be
I will
perfectly
report
honest,
back.
of the 4 of them to handle themselves, I would let Nem stay and I would let River stay. So
Oh.
I'm going to grab Mastella by the scruff of the neck,
Oh,
you
that
grab the
seems
captain, and
unfair.
we're going back.
Oh wow, me, Nem, and the
You and I,
sex
sister.
demon.
Yeah.
We put him in the sex demon. That is such a good sentence.
We've got about 6 seconds before
Yeah.
we can escape from that again, maybe.
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah, I'll grab Fuaro and.
Like a plank, just.
Mastella,
Hey, hey! Are you
grapple-
strong enough to lift me up
grapple
with one
check
hand? I'm
so-
not that small.
It'd
you're,
be,
you're 3 foot.
Yeah, and you're 5.
Yeah. A whole 2
You're
foot
like
on
this
you.
tall and I'm this tall.
Okay, I'll grab Mastella as well then.
athletics or acrobatics.
I won't bother.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, Garv is far too big for me to. But he could take me in one hand. Scientist
He
couldn't.
does,
Garv
he,
could.
He kind of just by the scruff of the coat, legs kind of kicking.
Can I slip out of the coat?
Make an acrobatics and athletics.
Yeah,
so
no,
that's-
actually,
that's-
okay,
that's
sorry,
a
back
good
to
bit.
that.
Yeah,
I like that.
athletics from you, Gav.
Oh, that was so. Oh no, it wasn't.
19.
What am I? Acrobatics?
Sorry, 18.
Acrobatics.
Or athletics, whichever you choose.
Just 12, so I
So
don't
you,
make
as
it.
you're trying to get out of the coat, he's got a firm grip on you.
Oh, it's alright.
If you slip out of the coat, I'm not taking it with you.
Hey, no,
Oh.
this is not fair.
I know that we're leaving you here, and I do trust you, but River, please do remember that you've got. Have you told us there's a thing that you need to do? Yes, you have. You mentioned the exorcism. You've got to do that.
Wait,
Did
surely
you
we
just say exorcism outright?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. No, I was checking if you did.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can do it later.
We can do it.
He
later.
seems fine.
We have so much time.
I mean, you guys carry on. That's
Are
absolutely
you not
fine.
going to leave them here and take us away, are you? This is not fair. This is so silly.
If I could carry them, I would.
Was it someone takes them? I mean...
I don't have enough spell slots to hold them.
I'm not made of
It's
arms.
also concentration.
I'm
It's not
walking
fair.
back.
Why can't I
We're quite
stay?
happy here. We
The
can stay here.
second that you leave the tent, the charm drops into you.
Okay. Oh, fire you go! Oh.
You don't. It's not like a regular charm where you kind of know that you've been charmed. It just drops and the feeling just goes. You're not sure what it was, but you're just like, oh, okay, maybe I'm not as into her.
Alright, I'll stick my head back in the tent quickly and say, oh, there's an emergency with Mistella. Quickly, come, River, we need you.
Roll deception, I guess, and insight.
Do I get anything from that?
Deception, 18.
21 on insight.
You see that you see through the ruse.
I'm sure you can handle it. He's only small. Catch you in a bit.
I
Catch
break
you in
Mistella's
a bit.
arm.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Make her a strength
You won't be
check.
able to make cool things!
I don't like this anymore.
If it's
It's not great.
nat 20, it snaps off.
7. I'm not trying very
It
hard.
doesn't break it. It's only aches and it clicks.
Ah!
You guys hear this from outside.
I'll shout in, seriously, he's hurt!
I am now! What the fuck, man?
You see as
Need to get the curse.
you see as the kiss is just kind of like giggling, kind of biting her.
Just go in and get
Perhaps
them!
you should go. River.
We're outside now, we're okay, you
I
can
don't
go and
really
get
care
them!
about- I don't really care about him enough. I'll just stay here. It'll be fine.
God, fucking hell, does anyone want to have another go?
I punch Mistella.
Breathing myself.
I just pull out my gun to his head.
She kind of walks over to the both of you, kind of like. Both of you kind of like tickles your chin.
You can just go in and get them now, we're just staying
Her
here.
face kind of like
the
comes
checks to get
close
back
to
in
each of you, almost like kind of like
Oh,
teasing a
weird,
possible
isn't
kiss, and just says, "It's fine. You can come back if you want. I'll be here all night."
I don't know what that does in the state that I'm in.
Really, I'm not busy. I'm not
I mean,
busy.
yeah, I don't. You know, I have nothing pressing.
Mistella's dying out here!
I am, I
I
think.
feel like you're just saying that.
I know, it's for real, please.
But she
I genuinely fear for my life.
she looks towards you then, kind of after kind of like gauging the two of you, and says, "It's fine. I'm sure you'll come back. I'm sure I won't leave your mind. Could you make another wisdom save for me?"
Can I just... Oh, no, yeah,
Oh
okay, fine.
god. Oh god. Better than last time. 18?
Feel as like something encroaching on your mind, but it doesn't seem to take hold.
Just
the,
from-
the further charm does not take effect.
From outside, I just say, oh my god, is that Nem's brother? What's he doing here?
Oh god.
You hear this? I mean,
Oh look, it's
you can
Saloon!
react as you would, because
Is that your god?
Inspiration. I've got one already.
Can I take it?
Oh god. Yeah, go on.
I will come back. One moment, please.
Of course.
I'll run off.
You see yourself face
I'm, there's no way I'm buying.
Where-
Oh, it's
where is-
Saloon!
Oh.
As soon as you leave the tent, it drops. Again, you don't know that it was a charm, but you just feel like you're not as into her as you thought.
Just exit to see Mistella on the floor with a broken arm and guard standing above him with a still paralysed 4-arrow over his shoulder.
It's not what it looks like.
I'm just like clutching
Oh,
my
no.
arm, just like, because even though you didn't break it, you fully just like.
Tried.
I'm tiny.
I'm just standing off to the side
What
going,
did I
this
miss?
is, well,
Mistella wasn't convincingly enough injured, so I tried to injure him.
and I was
Oh,
gonna
don't
say-
do that.
Oh my god, is that the Rivers brothers as well? All of them?
You see as she kind of, with now just with you in the room, she goes, "Now that we are alone,
Hello. This is going to be a successful 2 nights forever.
I think you will come back for me later, indeed." And could you make another wisdom save?
Ooh, come back for your winter.
But you've got an exorcism.
It's not gone well.
No.
Oh no.
We'll be back later.
You are now fully charmed by her for the next 24 hours.
Okay.
The exorcism of River.
I'm the only one that can, I think, uncharm. as
You,
well. I have a spell
for the next 24
Yeah,
hours,
I
have to obey all of her verbal and telepathic commands.
Ooh.
Oh, fuck.
Well, was this?
That's not good.
If we can convince River that she's charmed, though, she might
Plant
be
a
able to
kiss onto your mouth, which you are willing to accept, and can you make a Constitution saving throw?
Oh, do I die
Oh,
as
God.
well?
Rubber lips are immune to your charms. I should have known rubber lips.
11.
I'd say fail.
Hooray, I die as well.
I don't think it's die.
I don't think
it's
it's die.
potentially worse.
Dead and in love.
What's your hit point maximum?
Oh.
The poison is
44.
already in your
Cool.
system. It's already over.
Fuck maths.
What's nice though is we'll hire a new crew, so like you can play one of them if you like.
Oh,
True.
thanks, man. I'll be clever.
Yeah, he's the only one that we're having for certain.
Hello, everybody.
You take 25 points of psychic damage,
Oh my god.
and your hit point maximum is reduced by that much as well.
Wow.
As she drained, not permanently now.
24
But,
hours normally.
You are unsure, but you feel as this kiss is just
You said
everything
pencil
you've ever
joking.
wanted. That kind of spark you wanted with nowhere, you found here with her.
Oh.
And even though some of your vigor, some of your strength has been kind of drained, it feels like that magical moment when she kisses you, and as she pulls away, she kind of bites your lip, draws blood a little bit, and kind of smiles, kind of licks it from her lips.
I ship it. That's fucking
actually
sexy.
really
You
cool.
just go, now run, my pets. We will talk later.
Alright,
Ooh,
bye.
I don't like her calling
was,
her pet. That seems a bit
Lovely seeing you.
Yeah.
I'll catch you later.
I'm a cat.
She
Yeah.
like walks out backwards,
she's just
like just
succubus.
looking the whole time.
Yeah, so the difference is as you leave the tent, the charm does not drop.
Yeah. She was nice.
Who? Do we get the feeling?
Queen,
I know.
King, kiss lady.
Off that.
With your past perception, you would notice the little bit of blood that's now on River's lip.
I didn't say anything after nowhere. I'm not saying anything now.
See, look how crippled Mastella is. Aww.
He really hurt me.
Did you do that?
He did, yes.
Are you-
Nem, I don't want to worry you, but I feel like you might have displayed some human emotion towards someone.
Just checking.
You don't know what you're talking about.
No, it was there. It was really disconcerting.
Okay. Shut up, Cythus. Shut up.
So,
It was not my proudest moment.
what next then?
I think there's an exorcism that you needed to do.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Iklal,
yes, we had something that we needed to do.
You good for that?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Oh, look, that's good enough for me. Let's go.
We didn't get a robe though, annoyingly.
What?
Oh, I'll go back in.
No.
Earthquake's whole
You're
person.
still tied up over my shoulder.
Tidal wave, stop! Call lightning! I'm running out of spells. Guidance! Oh no, not that one.
Just reduce form to just like a pump on the ground.
It's still slowly like congealed its way over.
Yeah. It's just a small roast chicken, just
It's whatever plucked seagull looks like.
delicious.
Yeah.
I don't think I will ever make a sword again.
Oh, you'll be fine.
Just put my arm around you and say, do you want me to petrify him for you? I can do that.
No, it won't be
No.
necessary.
Okay.
Don't kill him.
Alright.
Jesus.
I was trying to save the crew.
Yes, but
Took one
I
for the
don't know if you
team.
took any damage.
yeah,
but
you
I'm
didn't take
just
one
go-
for the team. I did.
I probably would have come for the breaking
Oh,
up thing.
if you're that
It's like
concerned,
saying,
here, have a
Yeah.
third level cure wounds.
Hey, see, you're all good. I
Does
knew
it-
Cythus could do that.
You see the lip does heal up, but
Oh,
mate.
I was talking to Mastella.
oh, sorry. Yeah.
That's my weak arm that didn't actually give me any damage.
Yes, it is. The arm does feel better.
Yeah. I think it's
You're
Imagine if you got a lingering injury from it.
You're slightly tougher than you look.
Thank you. I think. I
How
don't
tough
look
do you
very.
think you look?
I'm not really. I am merely a small one.
You look slightly
You are a
tougher.
lot
That's
heavier
what
than
Queen's
you
ceremony spell will be able to do.
Have
that.
you been
Yeah,
lifting
so yeah, it
weights?
would take the material components, but yeah, I'd allow exorcism.
It was silver, wasn't it? The material component.
Yeah, I think it's
Water,
however many gold.
water and silver.
Yeah, so however many gold pieces worth, we would just call it the gold piece for now.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine as well.
And I'll give you an
I'll
orange
look it
from
up.
Mastella.
Oh, thank you, mate.
Yeah.
Can you peel it? No, I'm kidding. I'll peel it myself.
So, what is the plan?
I think we must.
Uh,
I think now is the time.
25 gold pieces worth of silver, so.
It's the exorcism of Iklal Sapphirebeard. Let's go.
Okay. So that's what the way. It's like, can I have a question for you,
I'm trying to
Gav?
remember the exorcism.
Yeah.
Could I please be on time?
Which isn't as
If you promise not to go back in your tent,
No reason to.
I'll untie you then.
Okay. I'm flying back now. Yeah.
That's fine. I know your walking speed.
That's excellent.
It's very slow. It's just like. It's awful with the peg leg.
Right, well now that ordeal's over.
Get back onto the ship and
I think we met
Iklal
God.
turns legs backwards like
God.
this, like walking up the walls and
Head like spins around.
No, she was pretty, but she wasn't tall.
Start speaking in Latin.
Look, as far as I'm concerned, if there's a cult of something, the something is a god. Cult of
like
Umbar,
five
cult of
voices.
Kiss. She fucked with you guys like a god would.
But you can do magic also. It doesn't mean she's a god.
I can do magic, I'm not a
I
god.
don't know.
As
She was
far as
good
I
and
know.
everything, but
You
Not
can.
my type.
Have you got that control
Not
over
my
that
type.
many
I'm
orcs?
a god.
I thought she was alright.
no, I don't need orcs.
I don't know. Bit in
I
your
don't
face
want
with it
orcs.
for me.
No.
Like,
I'm quite happy with
I like
fresh.
the
Bit
tail.
over the top.
Princess and
I
posy.
like it.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
interesting. Oh, I mean, yeah, tail.
Are you okay?
The tail was nice.
Yeah.
I don't just fancy people with
I
tails,
think
but
it's
you know,
like,
hers
I
was
just,
good.
I mean, I
I'm sorry
only
for
like
rubbing it
people
in
with
about the
feathery
emotions.
wings, and
That's
she had them,
okay,
so
it's
you
I
know.
did have those.
It
She
was
did.
just a bit
Really
peculiar.
good.
Because my brother
No, it
wasn't
doesn't
out
have a
here. I
tail.
mean, that was a pretty
No,
shit
no,
joke to play
there
on
was,
someone who's
Did
searching
it?
for their
You would have
brother.
actually seen
In
while
my
he was
defense,
naked
they
that
didn't
there is a
lie.
big scar
I
there.
just didn't tell you
And
that
you would
was
know
a
in the
lie.
past that it was removed while he was in Guilty Spire.
Oh, that's pretty
Yeah,
good.
That's
the
really
thing.
great.
I
Yeah.
never pitched it with
Well, it
a
would
tail.
be
I
like
don't know why.
Oh, yeah, does
telling the
Clash have a
captain
tail?
that a dream
He
is
does,
about
yeah.
him
Yeah.
when it's not about
Never
him.
thought about
I
that.
imagine him like a little stabby one.
It's just like a little pigtail.
It holds another gun.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a tail in the shape of a gun.
Yeah.
He's like Nightcrawler.
That's cool. Okay, so we just head
Well,
back to
is
the ship for an
Iklal? Is
exorcism.
he just in the pub?
So we're just gonna head back to the ship for an exorcism, yeah?
Yeah, quite one, I guess.
One.
Casual, you got your exorcism hat,
I've
River?
got the hat, yeah. So
Sweet.
don't worry about that.
As you put the hat on, just a lantern light above you immediately just cast this light down around you.
I'll give you like my big coat to kind of act as a robe.
Yeah.
It looks very cool. I'm gonna.
I've got the
be
blood red
this.
shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you kind of press onto the ship, you see that Drummond and Iklal are already back. They seem to have turned in, or at least come back to the ship anyway. You see, as currently on deck are only Drubbin, Iklal, Relics, who seems to be kind of like looking him over, just giving him like some peace of mind, and Clash seems to be there, just kind of guarding the ship as he is wont to do.
Go up and fist bump Clash.
Kind of.
Yeah, nice.
Did anyone try to get on the ship?
Unfortunately, not. No.
Very honest of you.
Rather quiet night.
It's not going to be anymore.
Not anymore, and it's not
No.
been for us.
Oh, we have a use for the room now.
Yeah,
It's
might
the
as well.
exorcism room.
Oh, yeah. Right, how are we going to go about this?
Sayeth has just
Yeah, I think River's really got
Have
a
you,
taste.
have
just
you ever
got
done
nods.
this before?
No, but I, done similar things.
So, would you know what to expect?
Not a clue.
Okay.
Usually I just sort of, reset someone's, thought processes or something, and that's pretty simple.
I wonder whether maybe he might struggle.
Then
Yeah,
you
I mean,
could
you might
time
get a
down.
full
I'm
axe-wielding
expecting a
murderer on
fight.
us.
Yeah.
I think remove weapons
Definitely.
immediately.
You see as Iklal kind of walks over, kind of eyes you up, and kind of walks over and hands his axe to you, Nem. You kind of, but yeah, it's quite heavy. Actually.
What is it with
Thank
people
you.
walking over and handing you items?
They must
Very
trust you, I
trusting.
guess.
Yeah.
Garth, I did have a thought.
Don't know whether you got that
Manacle
idea.
him.
Oh, that's a great idea.
What was that? Sorry.
I'm
Just
going to dimension shackle you.
Only as a precaution. We'll let you out as soon as it's finished.
Is there somewhere sturdy nearby on the ship that I could shackle him to?
I mean, either the mast or part of the railing on the side, or one of the cannons,
Why not just manacle his
or
hands behind his
the
back?
wheel.
Don't let near my wheel.
Put him on Garv's back like a rucksack.
Screaming demonically possessed.
Yeah, I don't really want to break any parts of the ship, is my only
Yeah.
worry.
Yeah.
Do we have a table?
Do we want to go out of town?
Just get
Or
up
do we
into
have
the
a
hills.
hammock?
Yeah, what?
Yeah, you got quite
Well,
a
let's
few.
manacle his hands behind his back and put him in a hammock.
No one can get out of a hammock without arms.
That's true.
That is true, not even a demon.
Nothing can.
Yeah, okay, let's get a hammock up on deck. I can't go below deck, so...
I go and get it. So tie it up somewhere.
He goes, is there anyone else you'd like to bring up on deck? Do you want me here for medical support, or?
Stay back.
However, having you on hand would be incredibly useful.
Okay.
Yes.
I will stay back.
Draben,
would you like to?
Do you need me?
No. Just
Maybe,
Drinking, I guess.
maybe go and wake up hysteric. Hickory dickory.
Wait, there's always
Hickory
in
dickory
films,
dock.
there's always that bit where you have to say things to like snap them back to who they are. Drummond seems pretty sentimental.
Kind of walks down. You see, as a few moments later, kind of Hickory comes up, kind of rubbing his eyes, kind of notebook in hand.
Sorry to
I'm
wake you up.
needed?
Yes, there's going to be something quite stupid happening.
You're in for a treat.
Right.
We have no idea for him. This might be a really non-event.
I'll be up there. He goes up and stands by the wheel, so he's like away, and then gets his notebook out and is eagerly ready. Kind of dips his quill in some ink.
We should get him like some opera glasses or something.
Yeah, deck him out.
Right.
Make him look really cool.
If something does come up and fight it, main goal, don't let it fly away, if it can. So I'll sort of stay up.
Oh, that's a
Try
good
and
idea.
block its escape.
He's
It's like a
gonna
flying thing
gets
comes
his
out.
guns ready.
Can you give him as a present one of the feathers as a quill?
I'll get the grape shot ready, loaded in my gun as well.
That would be cool.
I'm gonna go and have a very quick chat with Gizmo.
You see, as he was up in the crow's nest, kind of swoops down.
Oh, that's even better. I go up and have
Oh,
a chat.
yeah.
I want him to stay there. If anything, if I see he's up there, I don't do that. Because I was just going to go and get him to stay in the crow's nest.
So yeah, you see, he's
Thanks, Dan.
that's fine. Yeah, you see, he typically sleeps up there.
Accidentally
Who's
ended
down?
up drawing Top Cat.
Again, you see my face appear in the clouds and just no problem, Si.
My brain. Oh, it's Saya Fez.
Si Fez, of course.
I hate
Oh,
you.
that's
Jesus.
I
fantastic.
hate you. Not Sarfizz anymore.
Any? Did you want?
Oh,
Drummond
can you bring
there
water?
at all?
No,
Me?
I mean,
I've got
he's
nothing to do with this.
He's not a fighter, is he?
He's Drummond. He's not. He
I feel like, yeah.
walks back in the bar.
If he's kind of fond of that, we should not put his life in danger. He's very old.
What? Exekiss, right. Anyway,
Cool. Anything else? Any other preparations? You see, as Iklal is shackled behind his back.
Yeah, arms behind his back with the dimension shackles.
Amazing. I love that
Shirt to the can
so
down.
much.
It's
looks like
exorcism,
Top Cat.
exorcism skin for.
Yeah, that's one of the additional skins.
Oh, sweet, we're getting them.
Exorcism, River.
Behind him.
I didn't
Sorry.
know I needed that in my life.
Right. I'll just be on like the other side of the hammock to wherever River is. Just ready to grab.
Cool.
Gun
Really
on
good.
deck, but not in my hands. I'm just gonna be like grapple ready.
What's going on? Don't do that, please.
No, it didn't happen. Never mind.
Cool. And you begin the ceremony.
Yeah, it takes an hour. As I said, it takes 25 gold, so I'll spend
So
I'm
you-
gonna just be
We're looking
praying
at that, or what?
behind River, just
Shuffle.
encouragement
Oh,
and
shit.
using guidance.
So
Do we
behind
wanna
it,
use the ship
behind
funds?
it, Cloud.
Ready
Yeah,
to
do we wanna-
grapple.
Just check.
Like
Are we
like
paying for
in
this
combat
on
with him,
ship funds?
in combat with him
Or
essentially.
paying for it?
So
We can
like
pay
ready
for
to
it.
grab it.
Yeah,
right away.
invoice
Cool.
it.
What's everyone's positions here from the layout? So you've got kind of Iklal stood kind of main deck, kind of shackled behind him in a hammock, I guess. You
I'm
got
still not 100%
Garv stood one side at the ready, River stood the other side at the ready,
I'm just behind River.
right behind River.
Like
Um,
off to the side and like,
Done.
like
How far away do you want to be off the side? You can be up to
Um,
about 10ish feet.
I'd say about 10 feet.
Cool.
Yeah.
An interesting thing to note, it's not a concentration spell.
Cool, got you.
Circling in the air about 30 feet up.
Cool, so you're 30 feet up, just kind of like hovering, just kind of
Yeah,
looking out.
just
And
get
Stella?
I'm just trying to figure out what my moves are going to be. Can I?
I don't know how you
I can't wait for this to just go without a hitch and we can just sleep.
Did
I just
anyone
want
give
to check
him
what
any words
mechanics
of
you want to use
encouragement
because
before we
the
started this
closest one here is
process?
called Atonement, which
Yeah.
brings someone to their original alignment.
I've already got it worked out.
Cool, no worries then, you're all good.
Is it okay?
Let me know if I need to do anything.
Grand? Grand?
Probably.
Brilliant.
I'm gonna back up with Hickory and get ready to. How far away is Hickory?
Hickory is about 40 feet away up by where the wheel is.
Okay, I won't be 40 feet away. I'll be about 30 feet away.
Cool. Yeah, so you're essentially like midway up the stairs
Yeah.
that lead up to where the helmsman was. So,
We've had a long rest since that fight, so.
No.
Oh.
It's okay.
as you see his clash as well as kind of back to kind of stood next to relics who are about 20 feet away towards the direction of Mastella.
My
Um,
mic's so low right now.
You see as River, you begin pulling out the various powdered silver, the various accoutrements to the ceremony. kind of holy symbol to Saloon kind of in hand. You see as
That's my breastplate.
the image,
so
yeah,
it's
so
always
you see as the image of the eyes on your breastplate begins to kind of almost like light up underneath the now stars that are appearing in the sky
I'm
above.
going to put the helmet on as well, the one that makes my eyes red.
I start praying to Fulmar as well.
You've got
She's only got,
guidance
like-
if you need to use it.
As you
What's
kind
that
of
D4 to ability checks.
Cool.
So as you kind of like sprinkle the silver around, you see as Iklal's eyes roll into the back of his head as you start this hour-long ceremony, and blood begins to drip from the four corners of his eyes down his shock white skin. I'm going to need a total of 3 checks from you.
Okay.
First one, could you just make a check and add your charisma modifier for your spell check, essentially.
Show the
And a
D4 as well.
D4.
Cool.
Yeah.
Add what? Charisma modifier.
Yeah, your charisma
Do you only get
modifier.
default? There you go.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Should he have proficiency if it's a spell check?
No, it's just the spell, the
13.
spell ability modifier. 13. So you see, as it begins going fairly well, you can feel some kind of like dark force within him, and you've been kind of rooting it out, like sucking venom from a wound.
Yeah.
You see as he kind of like his back arches and he begins breathing
He's done
heavily.
that before.
Could you go ahead and make a religion check as well?
Oh, that's the one I'm not very good at, Dan.
It's okay, you got a D4.
Oh,
Hey.
18.
Cool. As you do that, you kind of bring up the other hand. You've got one hand in front of his head, you kind of bring up the other one. Garv, you see as his arms begin to wrestle against the chains. Of course not. You see as his chest goes up and he kind of like almost rises from the hammock a bit and is almost levitating about 5 feet off the ground as the blood is just trickling down him and down his clothes in the front. Lastly, I'm going to go ahead and need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Charisma save.
Don't think you get a D4 with that one on guidance.
No, I'm
Just
saving
ability
throw.
checks.
Okay. 24.
Yes!
You feel this dark energy within him begin to fight back, but you kind of rest your hand kind of still in front of his face onto the breastplate of Saloon. Underneath the starlight, you can feel her presence with you as if she's kind of watching over you.
Can I feel it as well?
Yeah, I'd say both you and Radix kind of feel just something in the air. So like Saloon is almost here with you. As your hand is in front of him, you see his blood, not just from the corners, but from the entirety of his eyes, begins to stream down his face. And blood begins to gurgle up out of his mouth and down through his beard as well. As he does that, you see as his arms begin to shift, and you see as his hands are behind his back. On the back of his right hand, this rune that was not there before begins to carve its way like a knife through his skin and draw a symbol on the back of his hand. You see as he does that, and his arms try to force up through. You see his arms break forward in front of him as they come all the way up and around. You see as they snap and bones stick out of the side. As he you see as this dark energy begins to appear and build up just in behind River between her and Clash.
I aim at it.
You see as one arm,
Yep.
another arm, a third arm,
I fire.
ending instead of in, we'll get to that in a sec, instead of in a fist, a large pincer, and another large pincer from the other side. These two large, meaty tree trunks of legs break from this black sphere, and you see as lifting up from it this large, long, snarled, kind of snouted beast with this huge underbite with teeth and tusks just showing down its entirety of its face. You can see it's scaled almost and has this lizard-like tail kind of trailing in behind it. As it kind of lands, kind of does anyone speak Abyssal?
No.
Nope. Speak the opposite.
No, unless it's a primordial abyssal.
It's not, no. So no Abyssal. It says, it looks around,
I was looking for a fight.
and as the gunshot goes off and whatever this is appears with Iklal, bleeding, broken-armed, hovering still in the air, we will call our break there and return with this in a moment.
Nice.
We will be back in about 5 or 10 minutes or so. Make sure you stay tuned to see how this combat is
Let's
going
be real,
to
it's going to be more like 15 minutes.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
always
like-
say 5,
yeah.
10. It's
Yeah.
normally 15, 12.
I say that because I want them to add them together.
Ah, 50.
But yeah, we'll be back with you in just a moment. We'll get into this combat and see how that goes now that River's got reduced hit points.
Hell yeah, let's go!
Out of the things I thought would happen before this combat, I didn't think it'd be that. But yeah, we'll be back with you in a sec. Stay beautiful. We'll see you in a little bit, my lovelies.
Bye.
See you soon.
Ruh-roh. attack. How about that?
Hey, Gaunties.
Quick, hey, Gaunties. We'll do a quick recap of what happened. So far in the session, the party have had a little bit of a discussion. They watched a fight between two members of the Blackguard on the ports of the tent town Nargun. They went and had they got, first of all, more importantly, they got some hats from the Lost and Found from the bar.
Yeah.
They went and chatted with the cult of the Kiss, a few of them being charmed by the succubus leader of that cult, and River still, unfortunately, being under the charm, having her health drained and siphoned as well. It's with that the party decided to engage in the exorcism of Iklal Sapphirebeard. As River successfully completed the ritual, the dwarf rose up from the ground, hovering about 5 feet, blood streaming from his eyes and mouth as he breathed heavily. His arms that were shackled behind him breaking up and forwards in front of him to reveal this rune that carved itself like a knife into the back of his hand and dripped blood down his arm. You've seen as this large, four-armed demon has appeared before you, and it looks like a cover for that block.
There's a humming.
A little something like that.
Oh,
that's so hot.
Wow, that's
Okay.
That's incredible.
How tall is that?
It's
Well,
just,
There's a humming coming out of somewhere.
Is it the fans?
Yeah.
Could it be fun?
Also, airplanes are different.
Yeah,
just
I
one
wanna-
sec, we'll try and work that
My
out.
phone isn't on air.
Indeed, it's a crap man.
It's a crab demon.
It's not the fans.
Is it the wiring?
I'll use this moment to have a drink of water.
Start the fans, please.
Cool. So, as this demon has appeared, down, you feel as the entire ship.
Added suspense sounds.
You see as it stands at about 14 feet tall, and is just kind of looks around, currently adjacent to River, Scythus, Clash, and Nem.
I believe I've shot already.
You have indeed. Go ahead and make an attack roll. for
Cool.
me.
Someone's within close range of it, aren't they?
4 people, huh?
Great.
I am
So
just
it's
behind
one
River.
roll.
Oh,
you just get sneak attack.
That was
You're in
it.
range.
It's probably a hit with a 21.
That does hit.
Cool. So what am I on at this point? It's 3d6.
Yes, I believe it
This
is.
is no time for noodles.
3d6
I'd
and
never
because it's
say
my
that.
gun, a d10.
That's your little dex mod.
That's my dicks. That is 12 plus dex 3, so that's 15 damage.
Cool. You see as you
Into its
fire your gun,
skull.
as the gunshot rings out and hits into it, you see as it draws a line of not red but black across it, but it does not do as much damage
Yep,
as
didn't think as it would.
It's resistant to non-magical damage.
Cool.
As it kind of looks
Useless guy, see you
It
later.
kind of looks
Fly
up,
off to the
it
bar.
kind of looks up towards you. Everyone roll
Hi,
initiatives,
Joe.
please.
That's
That's
good.
good.
I think. Is this an ability check?
Technically, yeah.
So you add a d4.
Use that point of inspiration I got right there, right here.
I'm going full orange. These are very
Yeah, that's good.
I'll let you guys say this. Would you rather I do the crew on one turn or
One turn.
Yeah, I'll do
Yeah.
one turn.
Yeah.
God, that's good.
Answer me one question. Cool. Cyphus.
21.
21 for Cyphus. Nem.
7.
7 for Nem. Mustela.
9.
9 for Musty. River.
25.
Jesus. Poirot.
Thank
Almost
God for
even
that.
more unbelievable. Legendary fail.
Damn, really?
Yep.
You don't get a go.
No.
I would say almost without you missed the first round.
Yeah. I don't want to, but I would be accepting if you did it.
Can you fail an ability check?
Yes.
Yes.
Because I thought you can't crit on an ability check. So it is just the skill at
I mean, rules as written, you can't.
Okay.
I do what you can. With initiative checks, I usually do nat 1, you're at the bottom of the initiative. Nat 20, you're at the top. Go.
30.
30.
Unlucky for
You're going
anyone
at the
but
same time
me.
as the crew. Cool.
Get ready.
I would say you've lost your go.
Oh, thank you.
I would say that in the shock of that, you fired off, went to do another shot just as fuck, what is that thing? And the gun jammed.
Okay. God, because I have a feat, how do I unjam it? Is it just a bonus action?
It's a bonus action to. It's essentially the for you. I think it's a sleight of hand check.
Misfires 1,
Yeah, so-
sleight of hand.
Yeah, so if it's a sleight of hand check where it's a 10 plus the miss 5 score, so it'd be a DC 11 to unjam it. And then if you roll a crit fail again, the gun will be broken and like have to be properly fixed. Cool. So
Let's see if I can do 3 in a row.
up first, as this large demon is just whoosh, landed, the ship has rocked from side to side. River, you're up first. This thing is right next to you. You're kind of like stood off to the side of it as it's just kind of like taking in the area.
This is a new kind of ship combat.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Oh man, do I get out of there? So I know I'm not feeling great.
Can we
What do
aim
I
the
do with
cannons on
things?
this thing?
Pardon?
Can we aim the cannons on this
It's kind of behind them.
First thing I'm going to do.
Yep.
Turn around.
Can I my cannon? I don't want to turn around and pick it off. I mean, I could just full on disengage and run away. But I'm the most effective against fiends.
Just smack it up, bitch.
Okay. As my main action, I'm going to abjure enemy.
Cool.
So can it make a wisdom save at dis? Because of what it is.
What is that? A magical? It's a magical ability, yeah.
It's my Valve entity.
Cool.
Sorry, my
yeah.
Channel ability.
Has advantage against spells, so it'll be a regular roll. Magical effects. What kind of save?
With
That's a 26.
okay, fine, whatever. Fuck it. In that case, I'm just gonna stab at it. I'm
Have at it.
yeah, fuck it. She's annoyed. I'm gonna stab it with my rapier, and I'll divine smite that as well, hopefully.
Go for
But
it.
I'll
Well,
roll
yeah, you can call
first.
that
I'll roll
after,
first. Yeah.
PHB near to hand.
It is.
Cool.
Thank you so much.
I burnt my inspiration point. Hopefully, it was worth it. 1 sec. 21.
That hits.
Brilliant. In that case, that is a D8 plus 2D8 plus because it's a. Does it come as an undead or fiend?
It does come under a fiend.
Cool. That's 48 of damage
Cool.
then.
You feel as the abjure doesn't like quite take hold, but still you kind of like lunge forward. The radiance of saloon still emblazoned across your breastplate, and just jam it right into the
Oh,
thigh.
sweet. 17, 21.
This with your +1 rapier.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Cool.
So that's +4. Sure, I forgot what I counted. I think that's 25 points of damage.
25, nice.
Do you need me to tell
Nope.
you how much was just from the rapier?
Nope, it seems as all the damage carries through as your rapier is indeed magical.
Sweet.
You
Take
see,
that.
you usually got to stab it through the leg. It kind of like you see the leg, this like tree trunk of a leg tenses up, and it just looks down to you and just.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
Cool, is that you?
Oh, right.
That's all I can do right now, my friend.
I'm
I was hoping the abjure enemy would work. 'Cause
I'll make this
it's-
sight first.
It is. Okay. Can I move to get in between River and the thing?
Yeah, you can basically just shift it like 5 feet to get between the two.
Cool. I'm gonna start by doing that.
Yep.
Then I'm gonna reach behind me towards the sea.
Yep.
And I'm gonna cast Tidal Wave, and the wave's gonna rise up over the bow. And it says that it can be up to 30 feet, up to 10 feet wide, up to 30 feet
Yeah.
long, up to 10 feet wide. I just want it to be just a narrow fucking beam hitting this thing.
You can
as a
certainly
tidal
do
wave.
that.
I can try. So I need to make a dex save, please.
That is going to be a 13 fails.
Heck yeah! Right. Okay. So that is.
Hey, you got these.
Woo!
Wow.
Yes,
Thank
nice.
you
Five
very
fa-
much.
River, you get a nat 20 to use at your or crit fail. But he said smite that full, so I'm assuming.
20, yeah.
I love you so much, man.
Yeah, thank you so much, Gorty.
What a legend.
We love you.
Appreciate it, dude.
So that is going to be
We'll put it towards the new
48
mic.
bludgeoning, so that's 4.
Actually, we
so
should
it's
think about that.
12 bludgeoning
Well,
damage, and it is knocked prone.
Cool. You see as the wave kind of like hits it and it down to the ground. Kind of you see as the water begins to rush off of it. Is that your go?
No, I still have a bonus
Yes, you do.
action, and yeah, you boy's gonna go full fucking octopus.
Cool. And you, as the tentacles come and writhe out, you see as this
I've got
demon,
one thing, okay?
you see this demon kind of like looks up towards you, and it is next. You see as it
Yep, fine.
stands up and looms over your octopus form,
Please go away.
and is going to go ahead and make 3 attacks on you and 1 attack on River.
3.
Three attacks.
I've got
One,
an AC
two,
of
put
11.
me
So
down.
the first one with its large pincer is going to be a 28.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
No,
Oh my
misses.
God.
The
So
attack
that's
was
going
too
to
good.
be 17 points of bludgeoning damage. And
Is that my health?
what size are you as a giant octopus? You're large, aren't you?
Pass.
I believe you're
I
large.
think
Yeah,
I've heard you
probably.
say that.
We'll say you are, yeah. So yeah, it kind of like grabs the pincer. You see the pincer tries to wrap around you, but it can't quite get there. It just cuts in. With its second attack
like a piano.
is a 17,
Hits.
which will hit. So that'll be a further 22 points of bludgeoning damage.
Jesus Christ.
And the third one with its fist is a 23.
Yeah, no, I mean that still hits Dan.
That will be 7 points of bludgeoning damage on that one. And it just snip, and then this fist comes around and just punches the top of the octopus form.
Jesus.
This is a
I'm just about to get
very,
punched, sorry, I'm
very bloodied octopus.
And then the last fist attack on River is a miss with a 13. The fist comes around. You see as the radiant energy of Saloon kind of flashes up around you, and the demon kind of like is blinded for a moment. The fist goes wide, narrowly missing your head.
Relics, if you're the door of Saloon right now, give me some fucking help.
That did 48 damage to me in one go.
Wow, that would have been my maximum hit points
Yeah, you-
before I got cursed.
Garv, you're up.
Blessed Fulmar, I am the hail, you are the cloud, I am the thunder, you are the lightning, you are the storm, and I am your conduit. And I enter rage, and I run at him and attempt to grapple him.
Cool. You count as one size larger.
Elliot, how many of those do you
I do, yes, I count as
You count as
large.
large. Yep. So go ahead and make a athletics check. He'll make athletics or acrobatics.
Cool. Can I, before I do that, enter rage as a bonus action as I run up towards him?
Yes, of course.
So I have advantage on this, if I'm not mistaken. So close to a nat 20. That is going to be a 23.
Yep, that he got a 16. So you run up, you kind of like manage to grab part of the torso and like one of the shoulders of the arms.
Cool.
As you're kind of like holding him in place as he's now currently grappled.
And do you do it, grapple is just an attack?
Yeah, it's just one attack, but I'm doing it the proper way now, so you don't get advantage on it. It's just its speed is 0.
Okay.
Yeah, so he cannot move currently.
Cool. How much of my movement would I have just used?
About 15 feet.
About 15 feet. How close is the edge of the ship?
About 10.
Um,
So it'd be half movement to drag.
Cool. So I've used 15. I've got 25 left. So yeah, I've got enough to get over. So yeah, I'm gonna run him over to the side of the ship and jump off with him.
You see as it moves across, they both just splash down.
As we're
into
falling,
the
I'm
water.
gonna make my second attack with the mailed fist.
Nice, go for it.
Sorry about this. There we go.
That's not too bad. It's just plus 5. I don't know if that's going to hit. It's going to be a 16 to hit.
That does not hit. As you go punch into it, even with the spiked gauntlet and your strength, this thing's hide is tough, very tough. It's almost like punching armor. As it goes in, as you fall, you hit the water, and you're both now underneath.
Very bad. Yeah, I mean, you're on your own now.
Yeah.
Up next are the crew. You see
As
as
an octopus.
You can water breathers, can't you?
you see as
That's
Clash
amazing.
turns to Relics and
Two
goes,
ideas now.
get down below, wake up nowhere. And he runs over to the side and like looks over to where you guys are in the water and is going to hold an action with his guns there. You see as Relics runs down below deck. You see as Hickory stood there next near Mustela, just runs over to the side while the captain's thing and carries on writing.
Love this.
Up next is Mustela.
Sweet. Okay, I'm going to quicken spell.
Yep.
And twin spell.
You can only do one on one per spell.
Sorry, mate, that's wank.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
Sorry, man, your dad can fuck off.
I'm going to run up to the edge of the ship.
Yep.
And twin spell. I'm assuming he hasn't sunk far enough yet.
You
30 feet.
can see where they have just like entered essentially.
Okay, haste on you. Haste on you.
Nice.
do
So
anything
you're
right
both hasted. Let me
So-
just.
Both hasty.
+2 to AC, advantage on all dex saves, and extra action.
Don't be hasted. And now, Dan,
Would you say
how
about
much?
speed, sorry?
Double speed. Would it be an action or a bonus action to just throw something off the ship?
Action.
Action. So I don't have an action anymore.
Oh no, you swing.
Yeah,
I'd say it depend on the size of what it is.
something about yay big. Just to pick up and just drop off.
What is it?
The sinkies, if they're about,
Yeah, I'd say you could do that.
as a bonus action.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just toss one off.
Cool. So you see Garva's about maybe like 10 feet from you. One of the things just begins. there and begins sinking.
The good one. One of them was made really well. I'm going to toss that one as well.
Cool. Up next is Nem.
I'm going to run to the side of the
Sorry if
ship.
that wasn't part of your plan, but it's there now.
It wasn't. I just wanted to
Well,
get
I
him off
was
the
going
boat.
to make an attack, but now I'm a bit concerned about hitting Garv, honestly. So I don't know. Yeah, I'll just sit there, stand there, and look and watch what's going on because I don't think I can help.
Cool. You can hold an action as well.
Yeah,
if you'd like.
personally.
I think I'm going to prepare my basilisk twin ring.
Nice. So for when the thing appears.
For when the thing appears.
Cool.
Yes.
So you've got that kind of hand ready. You see as the two rings kind of like glow this kind of faint blue as you hold your hand up.
Do I need to roll for that one, or does I
No,
just need to
it's-
check?
it's just a
Okay,
save,
that's
yeah.
fine.
Cool.
It makes a save.
Up next is for Warrow.
For it.
Cool. Bonus action, fix my gun.
Cool.
Beat the DC, we're fine.
Cool. So you kind of like look at it quickly, just like fuck, and then just unjam it. It's fine again.
Cool.
There's a bullet in there.
There's a problem. No, not working.
Let's just clear that.
I will go and sort of like fly up above where they dropped in, and prep an action to shoot as soon as anything bigger than Garv comes out of the water.
So you'd now be about like 50 feet above the water because you're 30 feet up from the deck of the
Yeah,
ship.
that's fine by me.
Cool. Back to the top is River.
I think at this stage I'm like, there's not a whole load I can do, and I want a full turn when it comes up because if I just run and stab, I'm pretty screwed. So sit back, compose my thoughts.
Cool. Do you want to hold an action?
It would only be one action, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
you can hold a action from the turn, but you can't hold movement or a bonus.
If you've got anything to help me, please.
Oh, yeah, no, I can.
Yeah.
I don't need to hold anything. I'll just
about you?
freaking
I'm
lay
about
on
to
hands.
jump off a boat.
Yeah, I'll just lay on
And
hands.
you're also
beside
very
this.
ill.
Thanks.
How bad are you looking?
Very.
Help her.
I have 6 out of 52.
That's good.
Have 15 hit points.
Thank you.
Are we full set with it?
As River extend your hand,
It's fine for me.
you just see as the octopus wounds kind of close on up. Not fully healed, but you feel much better than you were.
Cool.
And speaking of which, it's you up next.
Yeah, I've got 10 feet of walking movement.
That would get you to the edge of the ship. Yeah.
Cool. Alright, 10 feet of walking movement. I'm going over, and then I've got 60 feet of swim. So I'm going to try and catch up with the Sinky.
Yep. It very easy. I'd say it's about like 5 or 10 feet past where they are, just because it's denser and heavier, but it's very easily within reach.
With a strength of 17 on my fighter, just
Yeah.
move that.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to move that thing around and bring it over to Garv. I don't think I have the... Actually, no, fuck it. Me and the Sinky are just going to grapple them, so I'm going to attack the thing.
Cool.
Is it advantage?
No, it needs to be a restrain for it to be advantage.
Maybe.
18?
18, that just hits.
Nice.
Now it's restrained. Cool. 6. 12.
Wow,
So
nice.
15 bludgeoning damage. Does it count as magical yet?
It doesn't, unfortunately.
No, that's next level.
But it is-
Piss. Okay, cool. So 7 or 8 damage.
Cool. So it just writhes kind of in the tentacles and Garv's
Yeah.
grab.
So it is grappled and restrained.
Yes.
I can't hit another target, that's fine. And I'm just going to go limp and allow the Sinky to drop us down.
Cool.
It's a DC 16 to escape my grapple.
Cool. And it's an action for it to do that rather than a check, I think. I don't know. I'll do it as attack, I'll look at it after. Up next is the demon. You see as it kind of like struggles, kind of looks between the two of you, and then looks towards you, Scythus. You see as its hands move in a pattern, and it casts power word stun on you.
Oh shit.
You see as
I'd like it not to.
all of your tentacles just go limp, and you let go of the Sinky and the demon as it begins to sink down, and you are just stunned.
Can I use a reaction to grab the Sinky?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I do that.
So you, as your reaction, you kind of grab that.
It's the big metal.
It's a big metal ball I want
So
to
you
use to
right.
sink things.
You see,
You're
you're stunned at the end of your turn. You can save to see if you can shake off, but like your mind just goes white as you just can't move and you're just floating there in the ocean.
This has suddenly got from fly.
That takes up 2 of its 4 attacks. So with its next attack, it's going to try and break the grapple from Garv.
Cool.
So if you can make an athletics check.
Advantage?
Yes, because you're raging. Ugh, not going to do it.
Good luck. 23 again.
Nope. And then its last one, it's going to try and do the same thing. That's better. Natural 20.
Non-natural 20.
So you see as it kind of pushes off of you, is going to swim 10 feet up.
Would I get an attack opportunity?
Use your reaction to grab the
Oh shit, I
sinking.
did.
You see as these claws come up out of it and it begins climbing up the side of the ship.
Ready action.
3 ready actions go off. So first of all, I'll do Clash's attacks as well. Clash hits with one of them.
Oh shit!
Deals
Clash is the best boy we've
7
ever
half
had.
of 4.
Yeah, Clash is a good lad. I'm glad we play in the
Fuck nowhere.
Clash
Yes.
is emo Brian.
This is all starting to go a bit.
I like Gaunty's approach to health. 11 HP's fine. Just rub some dirt. That's the kind of healing we need. Fucking relics out
It's also
here.
great. Like,
Oh,
Mace-
okay,
Yeah, you can shot.
Cool, bang. Is anyone within...
Not currently, no.
Okay.
I was at the edge of the ship.
You are, but it's currently climbing up as soon as it broke.
Non-nat 20?
Hits.
Nice.
give me 2 seconds.
Hey, nice. 10 damage.
10 half to 5.
I need more
It
guns.
goes up, and then it's save against the petrification from them. It passes, unfortunately, with a
That would have been fucking
22.
That's
Oh
a shame.
shit.
How cool would it
Look
have
at
been?
that. It uses the rest of its movement to. You see as the pincers start digging into the side of the ship, doing no
Oh, come on.
doing no HP damage, but certainly some cosmetic damage. As it climbs up,
That's the worst
and
kind of damage.
at the end of its turn, it just has enough movement to back on the side of the ship. And that's Garth.
Garv, guess I'll swim
Yeah,
back.
you
to
see,
the
Silas
surface.
there just stunned, and you just saw this thing just break up out of the water.
How far out of the surface, off the surface am I?
So it'll be 10 foot of swimming, and then about 15 foot of climbing.
Okay, with my 40... Oh, yeah, with my... Is it
18.
double my speed?
Yeah, so it'll be it's 25 movement total, so you'd need 50 to get right up, stood next to it. But I'd say you could, without dashing, like hang onto the side of the ship if you
He's
still want to get.
I've got
it.
eight.
Oh,
I've
you
got
got
80
H,
foot.
yeah, of course, yeah, you can get that.
So, sweet, yeah, I'll, won't do that again. I'm gonna run up, yeah, literally like sprint up the side of the ship, like hand over hand. I just, you thought you were done with me, and then,
Grab him and pull him right back off.
I don't have another weapon on me, so I'll go at him with my fists, I suppose.
Dang.
Um,
Punch a demon.
I'm gonna use I'm gonna reckless attack.
Cool.
Sort of glad I did. 17 to hit.
Swing the thing
That
in.
just hits.
Sweet.
AC 17.
Nice. So that's gonna be 1d8. So that is 7.
Yeah, I get that.
4. So that's a 11 damage on the first attack.
2, 6.
Oh yeah, I'll use my bonus action to thunder his butt off, which is 1 lightning damage.
Cool.
And I will make my second regular attack on him. Yeah, I'll use the Sinky Boy this time. What would that count as?
I'd say it would count as an improvised weapon, so it'd be,
Fair enough.
it'd be a D4.
Should have started with my fist really then. That's going to be a non-natural 20 to hit.
Yes, it hits.
Cool. That's going to be 3, 7, further 9 damage.
Cool.
And then with my hasted one, I see that wasn't as effective, so I'll drop the Sinky Boy, back to the fists. 22 to hit.
Yep.
And that's not brilliant. For 8 further damage.
2, 4. You see, as this thing is now just about bloodied. As you get up to the other side of it, you see this guy just like with one fist, kind of like to its midsection, brings the Sinky Boy around, just smash it to the leg, drops it to the floor, and as you drop to the floor, you back fist on the back of its knee that kind of buckles in place. Kind of looks around, kind of like looks down at you, locking eyes with you. Up
Hey,
next
gorgeous.
is Clash, who is.
Please run away.
He can either reload or disengage.
I'll say to him, go.
Cool. In that case, he disengages and is going to move 30 feet back up towards the captain's wheel. Is there ready to carry on fighting. You hear some commotion from downstairs as Relic seems to be waking people.
I would have thought the claws coming through the walls of the bedroom might have done the job.
It's like inches from Page's head.
One went like perfectly around Clip Clop's neck,
Yeah.
but not like pierced it.
Must
But he was
As
completely
one of
unbothered.
Mrs. Faces head, the rest of the crew go, oh.
Let me just mark a concentration down. 1
round of concentration.
So basically next to this thing now is Garv, Nem, and Mustela, as you guys were on the side of the ship.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's alright, I think I got his attention.
I got some.
I'm going to
Just knock him off the ship. I'm down there ready to give him what for.
Your
As soon as I
16
wake
hit
up.
points.
Just down there with 7 punching gloves on, just like, come at me!
bonus action, basically step
Yeah.
30 feet back,
Cool.
up to near where Clash was, I think.
Yep, so
In
you,
that sort
you
of direction.
appear next to Clash and this kind of cloud smoke. What phase are you in, by the way?
Stars.
Cool. So you see as this
that's
dappled,
teleport.
you see as this dappled kind of starlight kind of appears and you burst of glitter appear next to Clash.
Cute.
Woo!
And I'm going to, from there, chromatic orb him.
Cool.
I'm going to go for...
Give him the orb.
Does he look like a fiery boy, or does he just look like a thing?
You've not seen him use any elemental attacks so far, so you're unsure.
I'll just... What does he look like? Is he like made of smoke, did you say, or is he just...
No,
like,
he appeared from this kind of like black ball. That looks more like abyssal than
Don't use
anything.
any
Kind
black
of like
ball
when
damage.
Voldemort came out of that potion.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
That's cool. I'll go for just cold then, just to see if that helps.
Cool.
So he needs to...
need to
oh,
roll it.
I've got to roll for it, haven't I?
Yeah.
Gutted.
That's weird. Nat 20.
Nice.
Hey!
So 8, 16, 24. Oh my goodness. 24, 29, 35, 43 damage.
Nice.
You see, as the cold doesn't seem to do as much damage as you were hoping, as it is resistant to cold. As it hits and kind of shatters across it, you see as it does a big hit and part of it kind of freezes. It kind of looks back up and locks eyes with you, and you see its pincers just clamps.
I'm imagining Dwayne The Rock Johnson as Scorpion King.
Yeah.
Yeah, essentially. So you see its attention
It's
is
got a
kind
lot
of
more terrifying.
spread at a minute.
It's got a lot
No.
more low res.
Yeah, Nem's going to back up as far as where she can as well.
Cool. Do you want to disengage or you'll take an attack opportunity?
Oh yeah, of course. No, I'd rather attack it first then in that case. I'm going to use my Eldritch Blast.
Cool.
Which is going to be a fucking 13 on one and a 19 on another.
The 19 hits.
19
Gaunty's the
hits.
same level as CGI.
Which
Not bad.
means D10, D10.
See, as you extend both hands, it kind of just back fists on your hands away, kind of like knocking it kind of off towards the side of the dock.
Kill
The other
them.
one,
Love
Did
that.
you pick up the sinking?
I did, yeah.
It's a 7.
I smacked him
7
in the
points
face
of
with it.
force damage, I believe.
No, I don't know.
I believe it is.
No idea.
Is there another pen knocking about? Because this one is starting to run out. Thank you very much.
Not the wrong kind of pen.
Callum is prepared for all your stationary needs.
Cool. Anything else you'd like
Unless
to
you
do?
need another
Yeah,
pen.
no.
Cool. You'll still
One
get
of
attack
every
opportunity.
Yeah, just one.
I'm still going to fuck off, yeah.
Cool. It'll make a pincer attack against you, which is a non-natural 20.
Oh no.
That's ouch.
That will be 18 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are also grappled. As you go to get away, its pincer locks around you, digging into both sides, and it just picks up Nem as you're now grappled and restrained.
Why did I run?
Up next is Faro.
Cool. I'm gonna swoop on in.
Cool.
And I'm gonna do my best to do a cut at the claw which is holding Nem.
Cool. So it's just a cool shot.
Cool shot.
Cool.
Cut it off.
Oof, not bad. That is a non-nat 20.
Hits.
Nice. Sword, that is a
Slice
D8.
him.
Slice him and learn how to slice others.
No, not great. 10, 13, plus 3, 16 damage on that one.
Cool. So that'll be up to. Cool.
I'll be a proper swashbuckler now and fly away from it.
Cool.
And be like, I'll fly up, stare directly like at head height, and just like point my gun at his face, like, "Can I offer a position on our crew?" And then fire.
You see, as you go to cut through the hand, you see as it its arms with the pincers are particularly beefy. You think it would take a couple of cuts to kind of
Okay.
lop through that, but it's doable.
I am. There's nothing I can do to that. Yeah, I miss with 13.
So as you do that, you kind of like moves its head, and it just kind of like the shot just scatters against its rough hide, and it just kind of sneak fire.
That means no.
That was a very long way of saying no. I'm not sure. I think I've got them cornered.
It might have been yes.
Yeah.
Up
I
next.
was
So are you staying at head height with it?
Yeah, but like far back.
How far back do you want to be?
Like 30 feet.
Got ya. River, you're up.
I'm
Oh,
so
cool.
nervous.
Okay. Thank you very much, Gaunties. I'm gonna run at it.
Yep.
And use my nat 20 and divine smite to give it a go,
Cool.
rapier attack.
So the way I do it is the divine smite won't crit because you add it on after, because you
That's
can
fine.
choose to put it on after, but yeah,
That's
the
okay.
initial damage will insert.
Okay, cool. So that's 8 plus another 48.
Oh man.
Oh, that was a good roll too.
Eesh. So that's
17, 23.
23 plus 8, which is 31.
Plus your dex.
Plus 4, which is 35.
35 down.
So that's 35 damage from that. Thank you very much, Gaunties, for that.
Woo!
You're a legend. Then I am gonna. I will use my other action to disengage in a second, but I'm going to
Cool.
use my bonus action attack to
Yeah.
stab it again.
Cool.
So
Both rapiers magical, I can't remember.
yeah, they're both plus 1. I paid quite a lot for them.
Indeed.
It does not go well, but there we go.
Do you have
Shite.
one?
No, I don't. I've used it.
So the first one drives up through its thigh all the way through. You see as it lets out this, it nearly like buckles down to the ground. You rip it out with this drip of black blood that as it hits the deck begins to and like
Don't kill it
evaporate.
on the boat.
You bring in the other swing, but it just hits the side of the leg and just
Yeah.
does nothing.
And then I'll use the action that I get
Cool.
from this to disengage and just sprint
Cool.
double my speed back to the wheel with Clash and the rest of the
Cool.
team.
So you're up there. Nice.
Oh, what did you figure out your max
Scythus.
speed is currently?
End of my
Uh,
turn.
oh.
I'm stunned.
Make a Constitution save, please.
That's good.
18.
Yeah,
You're fine. You kind of like come to at the end of your go. You kind of come to.
That's
You,
it.
you shake. You are aware. You see Garv and the thing no longer there, and you can hear the ruckus from up above. Up next
You can dash with 2 actions.
is the
Okay.
demon. It looks at the people around it, Nem in its claws, Garv right next to it, and it moves its arms again in a fashion. And could you both give me wisdom saving throws,
Why
please?
does Nem always get gored? Very annoying.
Because everything knows you're the ultimate
Oh,
evil.
for fuck's sake.
Saving throw. I'm going to use my point of inspiration on that.
Cool.
I'll please be better. It's not. 13.
Son.
You both just kind of lull and stand there as you are now confused. It then looks up towards the people who have done the most damage to it, River and Mastella, and walks its 40 feet, shaking the ship as it does. Nem still confused in its claw. It goes on up, it's going to do its other 2 attacks. So
I'm
it's
guessing I don't get reactions when I'm
no,
confused.
not all confused. As it's gonna it's first of all gonna go down and it's going to use a pincer attack towards River.
You've got to use one of the actions to attack.
Hello. Yep.
That is a 21 which hits,
Oh,
Oh
Josh, my
my
AC's 20. Son of a gun.
and that's gonna be
Yeah, that's the same.
11 plus 5, 16 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are also grappled as it picks you up. It's then going to use a pincer attack on the confused Nem in its claw.
I don't want it. I don't want it. No.
Plus, it's not going for me.
At advantage,
It's got both wizards' hands, why would it not go for us?
Yeah, that makes sense.
which is going to be a hit with a 16.
3 HP.
That's going to be 7 plus 5, 12 points of bludgeoning damage. As it just tightens its grip and just, you can see these lines of blood peeking through Nem's clothes as it's just got her there. That is the demon's turn. Garv, it's not your turn. Could you roll a d10 for me, please?
Oh no.
4.
4. You do not move or take actions this turn. You just kind of stand, Garv just kind of stands there, the fists drop to the side, and he just kind of lulls with the sway of the ship. Could you go ahead and make a wisdom save at the end of your go? See if you are still confused.
Yep.
This fight
These
started
guys
with
just
so much
Stick
promise.
there.
No, it didn't.
Clash is going to reload with one of its attacks and immediately fire at this thing, which is going to hit, dealing 9 half to 5. She has Clash kind of point blank, kind of fires, kind of puts a hand on you, Mastella.
Oh
And
no!
just goes, what's the move?
I don't know. He's not looking so good. So just keep stand your ground and attack her.
Could I have heard them from where I am?
Make a the other way. Make a perception check for me. See if you could hear it. I'm just
Yeah, nat 20.
Yeah, so you hear that ring out. You're kind of in hypersense mode.
Break the hands! Get him out of them.
Kind of nods towards you, brings the other gun up ready. You see as a very fast flash of white comes from below deck, runs kind of like clambers up and lands next to him. You see as nowhere kind of
Nowhere's hit.
there, kind of like Injustice breaches, probably just been woken up and is going to
Get
make
out.
2 punches.
Got an erection.
A line of blue under his nose.
He misses on one and crits on the other.
Nice.
This is gonna be 6.
If anything, he's that one from Cats.
Not with no spine or shoulder blades.
You see as he runs up, the first hit goes to the leg and doesn't like properly connect. You see as he brings the fist around, just smashes it to the knee. You see as it buckles and you hear something go cracks in it as it breaks.
Ha!
And he just goes, "What the fuck's all this about?" Cool, Mistella, you're
We're having fun.
I know where.
I know it is Vincent.
This is how I like to be
I'm
held.
fine. Go back to bed.
Everything's
Everything's
great.
okay. I can handle this.
That's another round of concentration.
Indeed.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, I hate that there's
I'm
still
going
this
down
drawing
the
of Pickle Elliot here.
Didn't you draw that?
Yeah. Yeah, man, I still hate
Tom
it.
frequently curses himself.
Yeah. I frequently draw things that I absolutely despise. Look at Beat Mother Schmeat.
True.
The cursed Tom
What you
F's
doing?
in the chat.
I'm just trying to
draw
figure
things you
out.
despise.
F's in the chat if you know of Mother Schmeep.
I'm
Tune into the drawing streams to watch Tom slowly destroy his own mental state with his own creations.
You're right. Oh man, I don't know. I'm going to quicken spell Blur on myself.
Cool. Blur is concentration, so haste will drop.
Oh, is it?
Is confusion concentration?
Oh, it is concentration. Sorry, never mind.
It is.
Has he been
He
checking?
will need to. That's what that was. That's still be DC 10 for him. He passes.
I don't know then. I
Thank
think
you
I'm just
for
gonna.
reminding me.
That's right.
I'm
I
just gonna
honestly didn't know if
chromatic
it was
orb
a concentration or not. I assumed it wasn't.
I'm going to chromatic orb them again. I'm going to quicken spell chromatic orb.
Cool.
Bang, bang.
What damage are you going for?
This time I'm going to go for lightning because it seemed to work when Garth did it. I assume.
Cool.
So.
From that 1 point of damage I did.
What do I add to my spell attack? So that's 21.
Hits. Go ahead and do your dams. You dams.
Damn damage.
Back at it again with the lightning damage.
Ooh, damn.
11.
Cool. You see as the lightning kind of crackles across it, it kind of grounds down its body as it seems to also be resistant to lightning.
Oh, that sucks.
The reason why I didn't mention it with Garv's is because it was
Yeah, it was 1 damage, so it didn't matter.
yeah, you see it kind of like
That's fine.
grounds down the side.
Garth still smiles very stupidly from where he is.
And so that was my quicken spell. I'm also just going to main spell chromatic orb it.
Nice.
Eventually I'll find the damage that it's not resistant to.
What are you going for this time?
Let's.
Acid.
I was going to say acid, but I'm apprehensive because it's a demon. So
Acid's always a solid shout.
I'll try acid. Yeah.
Acid's just cool as well.
If you
got
have a hard
force?
exterior.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's 24.
Hits.
Melt him!
20 damage acid.
Nice. Does not appear to be resistant to acid.
There we are. We found
Melt
it.
You see the flesh burns and begins sloring off. You can see he's looking pretty bad at this point.
That hits me.
Cool. Up next
Where's
is
my violin?
Nem. Could you roll a d10 for me, please? To see
Yes,
what you do.
I certainly will. 3.
The creature doesn't move or take actions this turn, so you are just confused in it, not even really aware of the damage that you're currently taking.
You've been
Next
shot
is
a lot
Poirot.
Cool,
Oh,
right.
he needs to make a con save.
And
Two
then
of
needs to
them
try and save from the
pass.
spell as well.
And pass. So yeah, you need to try and make a wisdom save for me, please. See if you can break the confusion.
Time for the lineup.
Save.
That's pretty nice.
It's a 19 actually.
19. You come to, and the immediate sensation you feel is just this pain on both your hips as this pincer is digging into you, but you are no longer confused.
Didn't need those kidneys anyway. Fly in.
Yeah.
Gonna go for just a stab. Just stab him wherever I can. That's a higher than its AC 20
Yes.
something or other.
And you get sneak attack as well.
And I get my sneak attack.
Ooh, tasty.
I think I can get it here.
Peel that crab.
Good, that's
Peel
10,
that crab. Peel that
18,
crab. Peel that crab. Peel that crab.
21 damage.
Nice. So I have to 11.
I don't think we've
You go and draw a line of another black across it. You see this other cut just forms across it narrowly. Starts trickling down its back and swung off. It's still standing.
I'm gonna fly straight up past it, and as I do so, get a shot in under its jaw.
Cool.
Not a cool shot, just think it looks cool. That's a 17.
That hits.
Come on. That's me. Not bad. 9.
9 points of damage. Have to.
You so desperately want this kill.
I really want this
Go up,
kill.
you see as part of the jaw blows out, and some of the teeth kind of scatter onto the ground. You see as they immediately start kind of dissolving and
Oh man.
still standing.
Okay.
I want some demon
I
parts.
fly, a good 10 feet up.
Cool. So you,
20 feet above it.
yeah, of course. So you hover there. Back to the top is River. So you're currently just held and restrained in this thing's giant pincer.
Cool. I just turn to look at it.
Yeah.
And mutter a vow of enmity to myself.
Cool.
Which gives me advantage on attacks against it.
Indeed.
And then I'm just going to get both of my rapiers and just shank them in its arm.
Nice. So it would be a regular roll for the attack because you are restrained currently in this pincer.
Yeah. But I did that so that it wasn't dissy.
Got ya.
Oh, that's so
Legendary
cool.
6s!
Woo! But that means nothing. Whatever.
As you go and try to move the pincers, it just tightens the grip on you and just throws off the 2 strikes.
Cool.
Scythus.
Sick. Sweet.
Oh, sorry, it needs to make con saves for
Nice.
you guys. Pass on both of them. Its con is
Whatever, I can
very good.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I just, I kind of
If
want it to be me.
how far
Yeah.
underwater
I
am I?
made this.
You're only about.
This
You're,
is my
yeah, I'd say you're about
idea.
5-10 feet below the surface.
So once I get up to the surface, can I see the thing?
Yeah, it's big.
It's huge. Okay.
He's huge!
What are your opinions on Midas?
Oh,
I'm trying to look at if I hate it the most
you
or
can-
nearly the most.
It's like if you feel like this thing kills indiscriminately.
Okay, cool. I don't
But
hate
if
it.
it had to,
You get the
like...
impression it likes killing. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
If
got like
it
a
had
little,
to,
it's
it
got a
would
little
be
minus
pheromones.
pin
Okay.
just on its
I could hate it more.
Okay, good. The ultimate enemy, the Midas demon that they keep.
A demon in a Midas coat, that's it.
How
You mean
did
that they
we do
unleash?
the climbing up when I was the octopus last time?
So we said regular speed because you've got your suckers. So you could get 10 feet up and be pretty much on top next to the on the ship.
Would I be able to
But that would use your like
use
not
my
swim speed.
yeah, not swim speed.
It's the world.
How far from the edge is it?
Yeah, that's kind of my next thing. Is
Um,
it within
like-
5 foot reach once I'm at the side?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just going to see if it works. So I'm going to start climbing up
Yep.
until octopus tentacles are over the side. Then bonus action,
You never catch it.
drop form.
Yep. So you're now holding on to the
Oh,
side.
me again. Hello.
Fez still on.
Right,
Yeah,
cool.
that's why
I've got a little bit more movement left, so I'm going to pull myself over. And then Primal Savagery is a thing, is a spell that I have.
It is
I think
indeed.
it's acid damage. Oh, this is going to go horribly wrong.
Yeah, that's primal savagery.
Yep, that's the one. It's going to be my claws because I don't really want to take Nem's bit. Cool.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Oh.
Nuts.
I'll just drop into the water.
I mean, if you want that.
I do.
Cool. You see his side cast a primal savagery. Let's go and splashes back down.
This is why Nem does it.
You could have inspiration for dropping in.
Like a fish.
Up next is the demon.
I'm glad I dropped into the
As a
freezing water.
Time for me to die.
I-
Why didn't I heal myself?
As a free action,
Why didn't I heal you? That was what I was going to do.
as a free action, it places its pincers over the side of the ship and drops you both in the water.
Oh.
As you see as those two just go out of sight and
I hate water.
That's
splash.
alright, Scythus is in the water.
It
That's
then
gonna really sting on like your sides.
Really
That's
bad.
awesome.
it then turns towards you and Clash
Oh, Jiminy Christmas. Oh,
and
yeah.
is going to make 4 attacks.
That
So
sounds a lot of
first one against Clash is a crit fail. It swings in. You see the Clash kind of duck, so it's going to go for the other pincer against Clash, which is a hit.
Uh-oh.
That's going to be 25. It will then go for a punch on Mustela, which is a natural 20,
Ah, fuck.
No.
That's bad.
which which will
I haven't
be
been hit yet, I'll be
18
alright.
points of bludgeoning damage. And could you make a DC 10 con save to see if you can maintain haste?
Use the back line.
Huh? Oh yeah, actually, I don't know if I've got the spell slots. Reaction for Plea's Backbite. Yeah, I've got the spell slots. I'll do that.
Cool. So it
It's gonna fist itself in the back.
hits itself, takes half damage from itself because its attacks aren't magical. So what I say, 18, half to 9.
Can it grapple itself?
It is with a fist, so they can't.
So good.
I need ferrets in the chat. Just ask how much to kill Dan.
Free. Just come now. And then after you kind of like do that, it's gonna with one fist in the portal, it's gonna bring the other fist up and try to punch Clash,
I'm gonna try and punch Clash.
which
Oh.
is a hit with the 21. That's gonna be.
We will all jump to Clash's aid if he goes down.
I might just die.
You see as he just clocks Clash around the side of the head, and he just hits the ground. You see his head bleeding and pooling in blood, and the guns scatter along the ground.
Did you check for concentration on the Plea's Blackbite?
Oh, thank you. He passes +9 to con. That is
They're all still
him.
standing.
So
Yeah, they're all
Gav,
still
could you roll a d10 for me, please?
6.
6. Creature does not move or take actions. Could you make a wisdom save? Sorry, man.
We're all out now.
Up next are the crew. Do I want to do a death save? I don't want to give him 3 death saves. I'll do that in a sec. No, where I'll do his attacks first. Both miss. You see, he goes to punch, but as he sees Clash go down, it kind of distracts him. The fists just do not much on him. Hickory dashes and runs down away towards the other side of the ship.
I don't like it.
Would you guys rather I'll let you decide. Would you rather I do the 1 death save for Clash, or would you rather have a round timer before he bleeds out?
Round timer.
Round
I think
timer.
so,
Yeah, I think so.
So,
Yeah. Why?
as he was down on the Glabrezu's go, there's the name of the demon.
I say the name. I say the name.
At the end
Say
of
it
the
backwards.
Glabrezu,
Calathor.
at the end of the Glabrezu's next go, Clash will have bled out.
Fuck.
So we need to.
That's fine.
Mistella, you're up.
I might better get up.
Who's up?
I'm fine.
I feel like
Mistella.
I'm up
Mr.
way more often than I think I'm going to be.
All of the healers are in the water.
Yeah, I can.
I don't have anything to heal Clash. Can I just?
You can take something off me. I have a bandolier of medkits exactly for this.
Is Guard nearby?
He is about. He'd be about 25 feet down.
I can't get. Well, it was the demon's right next to me, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'll take attack of opportunity and die.
Can you
I
teleport?
do-
Mr. Step is.
Yeah, I can, but I can't do it twice.
Yeah, but you get your movement after that.
Yeah, and I'd have to go past the demon because he's right next to Clash. I can try. Wait, one sec. Let me just calculate my health because I forgot to minus the 18 earlier.
You didn't take the 18 because you cleared that
Oh
one.
no, I didn't.
Yeah. Is Guard technically in close range with
No, I'm.
No,
I'm
the demon
concentrate.
moved away
Okay.
after he cast
Um,
confusion.
things on the other side? Okay.
Yeah, Mistella's currently the only one engaged with. And Noah as well.
No, I see. Yeah. Is Relics in sight?
No, she still seems to be down
Downstairs.
below.
I mean, that's
waking
fair. She's
people up.
squishy and not great.
I'm gonna. Yeah. Is Guard? Where did you say? Are you
He's,
within
about,
30 feet?
he's 25 feet away.
Yeah, I'll misty step over to you.
Cool. So you appear next to him. You can bonus action quite easy. Just snag one of the potions there, easily accessible.
Yeah, I'll just
Misty
like,
steps of bonus action.
take it and then I'll run over to
Oh,
you.
yeah, so it'd be enough. So yeah, it'd be bonus action, take the potion. Oh, action, take the potion. Bonus action, Misty Step. So you wouldn't actually be able to feed it to Clash this turn.
There's not a lot of point me doing it then because
Yeah,
someone
no.
else will be able to do it before I
He'll be
can.
dead by then.
Can I undo that? Is that
Yeah,
alright?
yeah, that's fine.
Let's try and kill it.
Yeah, I will. I will once again return off the Mac once again.
Peel the crab!
Yeah, I'm going to peel the crab. Quicken spell.
Hang on,
Chromatic
hang on.
orb.
Okay.
I
You shan't peel the
forgot
crab.
something about ranged spell attacks.
Yeah, tell me.
Because you're within 5 feet, it's at this.
Okay.
Sorry, I literally just.
He hasn't got anyone in his clutches now, though, has he?
No, he's not. Their pincers are both free.
Absolutely banging, my friend.
Clash is there,
But if it's a cube in front of me, I won't get Clash.
Oh
yeah?
no, this guy is big enough where you could just get him with that cube.
Sunderwave.
Cool. So that's a con save.
That is a con save.
This is literally David Engel.
I'm going to do it at second level as well.
Cool. That is a 23, so he passes.
Yeah, con save may not.
Yeah, you notice this thing seems to be particularly resistant to magical effects.
Okay. Might as well heal the crap this thing.
Heal the crap. Heal the crap.
Let Clash die. Let Clash.
Thunderwave does an extra
Your
D8
guard
damage.
is
Steal the crap.
I don't want a crew to die. They're useful.
Yeah, Clash in particular, I don't want to die.
That's wank. 14 after 7. Sorry, gang.
You see as it kind of like, as it blasts, some more of the flesh just goes with it. It holds its ground. It's still there. It's looking rough.
And then I am gonna quicken spell Chromatic Orb, even if it is a disc,
Cool.
just to keep it going.
You see as it's just kind of looming over you. These pincers kind of snapping. It's intent now, fully on you.
Can I negate some disc if I use my inspiration?
Yeah, just make it a regular roll.
I'm gonna do that then.
If I can get
Actually,
up,
I'll
if I can
roll the
see
disc
him,
first.
yes.
And then, is that?
Um,
and then
Oh yeah, you're in the water, aren't you?
can I roll the disc and then use my point of inspiration to choose the higher one if I want to?
Rob's facing against me for that. Yeah.
Okay.
That's an interesting one.
What's my persuasion?
Ugh, probably better than what I've just rolled.
No, I rolled 16.
Yeah, I rolled an 8. There you go.
Go on then.
Oh shit! I've dropped the dice. Oh well.
Do you want it?
Nah, it's fine. I've got plenty. Nat 20.
Hey!
Use the point of inspiration for it.
Damn. Cool. You go ahead.
Chromatic Orb.
Do damage.
So that is 16, 24, and it's going to be
Heal the crab.
acid.
Peel the crap.
You better
Peel
believe I'm
the
peeling this crab.
Peel the crap.
Crab, I just want to
Peel
tell
the
you before
crab.
I peel you, it's
Peel
nothing
the
personal.
Peel
Oh wait,
the
yeah, it is.
crab.
It's 24 and 20. Yeah, 34.
Cool. Total of 225 health. How do you finish this thing?
Just, I think,
glad
like,
I did more than
I
6
kind of, Mostella's not really ready for it, so he kind of just casts this tiny little acid ball in his hand, and just like, because he's so close, just has to just sort of go like, and I guess it just hits the guy, like, you know in Scooby-Doo, the first one, where like, and it just,
You see as these lines of magical acid seem to draw over itself.
Yeah.
This acidic, abyssal blood dripping from its form as it against it. You see its form just. It locks eyes with you with some kind of intent beyond death, and it explodes out into this just vat of black goo. You see as it just spreads across the ship and the steam begins to as you just get covered in this slime, thick, viscous goo. It doesn't burn to the point of doing damage, but it's hot and it's.
have I got any vials?
sticky.
Have I got just like tubes of anything at all? Like something that I can put it in?
Yeah, I'd say at post combat you could, yeah. And it just covers you. You see as it covers Clash as well. You guys are out of
gonna
combat.
say,
Are we still doing the initiative? Because I need to get to Clash.
We are not doing it.
Okay.
No, and the confusion immediately drops on you, Garv. You see as the confusion drops on you, nowhere is like in front of you, rips off your entire bandolier and runs back up to Clash.
I was going to do the exact
Nice,
same
no,
thing as I'm still
Well-
hasted.
I'm gonna action dash climb up the ship, healing word.
Cool. So yeah, you see if you want to roll for that, you see as you do that as nowhere's kind of like just popped off this thing and is like feeding it to Clash.
Can you help me?
My
What potions did you have on there?
I have 5 normal and 1 greater healing potion.
Cool, 5, and he gets an extra 6. That's gonna be 11. You see his Clash kind of like comes to, clearly concussed from the huge fist he took, but he is alive. You see as there's this kind of breath amongst the crew. You see as Radix kind of pokes her head up, and Noah just goes,
I expect better.
"What the fuck was that?"
Was that a demon or a devil again? Sorry.
Demon.
Demon. You two can make religion checks again if you like. See if you
Oh.
recognise what it.
Guys, I have quite an important question.
Hit me with this.
Where's Iklal?
He's still in the
I
habit
don't know
of
why I
arms
rolled
broke.
with advantage. It's either 14 or 20.
Cool. With a 14, yeah, you would know that you're not sure what type of demon, but that is a demon.
Nice.
You would also know that it's not dead; it's just gone back to the abyss to reform.
Yeah.
You see as Iklal, like who was hovering, arms broken forward, is now dropped down, unconscious. You see he's breathing steadily. Radix is kind of immediately over him, but you see his arms are ruined.
Oh my god.
As he's just there, unconscious, pool of blood kind of dries
Hey,
under him.
Anyone got a
We're going to need to set them.
restoration spell?
Nothing else.
No.
Got a gun. Put him out of his mitts. I'm joking. Sorry, this is a bad time.
Is there a way to break his arms back into place?
Yes.
Yeah. We're gonna have to do
You
it.
see he's there, with kind of arms like forward, shackles
Presumably
still on.
Relics could do it as a medic.
And you see as well, the rune that was on the back of his hand is still there, but it's carved in like it's been... Rather than looking fresh, it looks like a scar that has been there for years.
Can we see what it looks like?
Yeah, so you have a look at it. Anyone proficient in Arcana?
No.
Yes.
You can make an Arcana check. Both Garv and Nowhere can make a intelligence check because of something in the background.
Nope.
Poor, isn't it?
No.
14.
I've rolled
It's
really badly this session.
It's a mixture between. You can see it is a rune. You're not sure origin or what it is, but it's definitely both conjuration and abjuration in terms of schools of magic.
Cool, that makes sense. I'll tell them that.
That makes sense.
Right, so his arms.
Yeah.
Do
Is that thing going to come back? Because he looked at me as if he was.
He'll come back eventually. He's reforming.
Is he going to do to me what he did to Iklal? Because if so, please don't shackle my arms down.
We'll
I
wait.
need some.
We'll wait and see.
I'm sure Iklal fed the same way.
You see,
I just got back 10 hit points, by the way. I second winded.
Cool. You see, yes, Iklal is unconscious because if we are going to set his arms, I would suggest we do it while he is still out for the count.
Yes. I assume this would be a medicine check.
Medicine or strength?
Well,
buddy.
if it's
Yeah, can't they?
I'll rage.
Cool.
Yeah! Nat 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, in one swift motion, as if you've done it before, you just kind of like place one hand on the back, one hand on the chain between the two manacles, and just there's this horrible snapping sound that all of you just kind of cringe a little bit. But his arms are set back in place. You see as the body twists and he comes back up into consciousness and lets out, I won't do it, but a blood-curdling scream. Relics immediately kind of like stuffs his mouth with something that he can kind of bite down on.
Third
And
level cure
you
wounds.
see as he just... and this pain just like is racked over his face.
Immediately lay on hands into
Yeah,
5 points
so-
and just whisper to him, just reassuring things.
Yeah. I don't
Sweet
do the whisper-
nothings.
No, third level cure wounds.
You look gorgeous.
Don't worry, it's not that bad.
My job here is done.
You see his right goes, I had a bed prepared in the room. Gavin, could you carry him for me?
Yeah. I'll kind of squat down and carry him into the under bit of the ship.
So you do that.
Still
actually, kind of
raging.
Laying down. You see his relics kind of
Furious.
tending to his
Today
wounds.
we've learned that Garv cannot break arms, but he can fix them with brute force.
As the ship is there, you see as a couple of people approaching the ship. You see one person
play forward.
approaching the ship, loading what appears to be a very intricate rifle. As you see the tabaxi that you had seen earlier heard some kind of commotion, and as she kind of like comes up on the ship and looks across you, the black ichor of the demon blood spread across the entirety of the ship. A harrowing reminder of what happened at this battle. We'll call the session there.
Just before that, as she's walking up,
Yep.
I fly down, she's on, she's like, everything okay?
She just kind of like cocks an eyebrow. You see this kind of like short fur tabaxi and goes, well, fuck me.
Oh, the demon. Normal for us, we're pretty strong. Tell your friends.
Tell you what.
Yeah, that is indeed where we'll wrap the session. So, no one died. I'm so surprised.
I'm glad we peeled.
Sorry, Scopes. Sorry that I know we
Oh,
incredibly time it so that you're almost always busy when we're streaming, but
Sorry, dude.
I was worried then. So thank you everyone for watching that. Thank you for sticking with us, everyone who got involved in chat. Thank you very much to Gaunties for the donation as well.
Thank you so much, Gaunties.
also double thank you to Gaunties and congratulations, you are for 2 weeks running you are the Climax Comment Competition winner again. So congratulations on that. We'll see who
Taking
is,
Killer's throne.
we'll see who is the winner next week. Also, all the previous episodes of Pirates are now on YouTube if you want to see them in lovely
Yes.
HHD.
Yeah.
HD?
They're super
HHD.
HD.
They're the highest of high def.
Check them out there. Comment on there on YouTube because I think that'll make us do better.
Yeah.
And if you put in the comments something like, "Oh, I'd love to see this as a Netflix series," maybe Netflix will pick us up. That'd be sick.
Maybe.
You know,
Yeah.
see what
But
happens.
yeah, we'll be streaming again sometime soon. The best way to find out when and where will be down below in our social media. We've got a lovely little campsite there. You can see all of our
Social
stuff,
medias.
all our gubbins, all our links, all that kind of crap.
So
Yeah,
much
you can
gubbins.
see my gubbins
Yeah.
down there.
Yeah, indeed. Make sure you check that out. So, without further ado, thank you very much, everyone who stuck with us through that session, all the instructions in chat. Thank you to Gaunties for the donation. Thank you to you guys for making it through that combat.
Thank you
I
to
didn't die. The tabaxi didn't die.
Everyone.
Thank you to who was it? Rem the Rogue for following.
Rogue.
Cheers,
Thank you.
Rogue.
We will catch you next time. We have been Nifty. You have been you. Stay beautiful.
Boost.
Sayonara.
Right.
Woo.